After living together, the female president asked me to find another woman. Qin Feng was born in a poor family. He joined the army at the age of 16 and won numerous honors. However, due to the curse of his family bloodline, he only had half a year left to live. He had to retire and return to the city to enjoy the rest of his life. As a result, his fiancée came to him and forced him to marry. Retirement originally meant the end, but little did he know that this was just the beginning of his life. Chapter 1, I'm worried you might fall in love with me. 6 months, then we part ways. If you agree, sign the contract. In a classy cafe in Jinghai City, Qin Feng pushed a contract across the table with a smirk on his face. If you agree, sign it. We'll go get our marriage license right away. If not, we'll each go our separate ways. Sitting across from him was a stunning woman of otherworldly beauty, her delicate nose and high cheekbones accentuating her graceful, angelic features. Her eyes were as deep as the night sky, filled with an ethereal confidence. With long, flowing black hair cascading down her back, and a black, elegant office suit that highlighted her curves, she exuded an air of unapproachable perfection. She was the business queen of Jinghai City, the ice queen, the epitome of beauty and intelligence, and she was also Qin Feng's fiancée, someone he'd never met before. Qin Feng had retired early, partly because he was going to marry this ice queen. He never imagined such a talented woman would marry him. Yet, to his surprise, she not only agreed to the marriage but also accepted some unreasonable demands. Mu Rong Wanqing clenched her teeth and said, "Fine, I'll agree, but there's one condition. You can't see other women for the next 6 months. I have no objection to anything else. Deal? A promise is a promise." Qin Feng waved his hand, agreeing without hesitation. After all, which married man would tell his wife if he went out to play? Also, why 6 months? Mu Rong Wanqing asked, puzzled. Qin Feng shrugged. I'm worried that after spending too much time together, you might fall in love with me, and then you'll be helplessly addicted to me. HMPH, you think too much. If it weren't for the engagement, I wouldn't even consider you. Mu Rong Wanqing stood up and grabbed her handbag. Let us go. Where to? The Civil Affairs Bureau. Aren't you going? Qin Feng shrugged. Let us go then, who's afraid of who? 1 hour later, at the Civil Affairs Bureau. The two of them received their marriage certificate. Qin Feng was busy reading the palm of a young lady working at the counter. Beautiful lady, I can see a very ominous sign here. How about I reluctantly help you get rid of this bad omen? The young lady, seeing Mu Rong Wanqing walk over, hurriedly said, Handsome, your wife is here. TCH, when it comes to matters between us, I'm the one who calls the shots. If she says no, I'll divorce her right away. Qin Feng. Mu Rong Wanqing crossed her arms, her face as cold as ice as she looked at Qin Feng. Hearing this, Qin Feng walked back and asked, Wife, when should we have the wedding? No time. I have a dinner meeting tonight, and I need you to come with me. I'm not going. Qin Feng flatly rejected her, saying, I'm your husband, not your business partner. I can't do that. Fine, don't go. I'm not asking you. Qin Feng took out a bank card. There's 100,000 here. You can take Mom to the hardware store to buy some gold bracelets for the wedding or something. I don't need it. Mu Rong Wanqing pushed Qin Feng's hand away and walked outside. Seeing this, Qin Feng sighed. He and this cheap wife just didn't get along. Wife, why do you insist on marrying me? Are you really attracted to me? None of your business. Just play your part. There's no need to inquire about anything else. Faced with Mu Rong Wanqing's cold response, Qin Feng clicked his tongue, no longer bothering to ask. Anyway, the marriage certificate was already in hand, and his tough senior sister wouldn't be able to break his legs now. At the entrance, 2 or 3 black Maybachs came to a stop. Several bodyguards dressed in identical suits stepped out. Then a young man walked out, exuding a certain air of a young master. However, his gaze was far from friendly as he looked at Mu Rong Wanqing and said, Wanqing, you've got some guts, marrying another man behind my back. Mu Rong Wanqing replied, Mr. Hao, who I marry seems to have nothing to do with you. Qin Feng, seeing this scene, walked over and smiled at Mu Rong Wanqing. Wife, who is this? He looks like a young master, trying to lecture you. Wife. Hao Jianren squinted his eyes, pointing at Qin Feng. Wanqing, this is the man you chose to marry. A thug, sloppy, and completely unworthy of you. What can he offer you that I can't? You're degrading yourself, marrying a low-life like him. Mr. Hao, please don't belittle my husband. Even though she didn't have feelings for Qin Feng, she still didn't want anyone disrespecting him. Wanqing, I know you acted impulsively and don't actually like this guy. How about we go to the divorce office now? I don't mind. You still have a chance to make things right, but don't come begging me later. Qin Feng, displeased, asked, Hey, who the hell are you? Bad-mouthing my wife's man in front of me. Do you think I won't slap you? You wouldn't dare. Enough, Hao Jianren, don't push it. Even if I have to beg on the streets, I will never ask for help from the Hao family. Mu Rong Wanqing gritted her teeth, her anger rising. HMPH, are you in a hurry? Let me tell you, my family is preparing for a long-term partnership with the Black Gold Group. Do you think you still have a chance? Upon hearing this, Mu Rong Wanqing furrowed her brows slightly. You're partnering with the Black Gold Group. That's right. Once the deal is done, my family will be the undisputed leader of the business world in Jinghai. Your group will be in trouble. Now, it's not too late to beg me. Hao Jianren smiled brightly, almost as if he was saying, beg me, beg me. Seeing Mu Rong Wanqing remain silent, Hao Jianren's gaze shifted to Qin Feng. Kid, some people are just beyond your reach. Get lost, you're only making the place look bad. Qin Feng replied with an oh and said, so the Hao family is so powerful, huh? I'd really like to know more. HMPH, who do you think you are? Hao Jianren walked up to Qin Feng and continued, You're nothing. Even if I gave you the chance to hit me, you wouldn't dare. Go ahead, try it, hit me. With that, he practically shoved his face right in front of Qin Feng's, looking as arrogant and provoking as possible. Slap. A loud, sudden slap echoed through the air. Hao Jianren, dressed in a sharp suit, was sent crashing to the ground, his face meeting the floor in a rather intimate manner. Chapter 2, 6-month lifespan. Compared to the pain on his face, what infuriated Hao Jianren even more was the humiliation in his heart. He, the second young master of the Hao family, had been slapped across the face by someone. Little bastard, you dare hit me. Seeing this, Qin Feng shrugged. You asked for it. I've never seen such a cheap request in my life, so I had no choice but to fulfill it for you. You little beast, today I'll. Before Hao Jianren could finish his words, Qin Feng stepped forward in a flash, grabbed his collar, and effortlessly lifted Hao Jianren, who weighed over 100 pounds, with one hand. Slap. Slap. 2 loud slaps landed. Young Master Hao, you keep calling me a beast, calling me trash. Now, do you feel like you're less than even a beast? Qin Feng mocked, a playful grin on his face. Hao Jianren's feet left the ground, and his entire face turned bright red. Qin Feng. I'll remember this. Just wait for it. Oh, still threatening me. Slap. 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 Several more slaps landed in quick succession, and Hao Jianren was completely silenced. He fainted in Qin Feng's grasp. Trash. Qin Feng tossed him aside like a rag doll and looked at the remaining people. Anyone else want to argue with me? The bodyguards didn't act, quickly rushing to take Hao Jianren to the hospital. Qin Feng, you're too impulsive. You dissatisfied with what I did? Qin Feng looked at Mu Rong Wanqing. Forget it, I don't want to argue. I'm just like this. If anyone insults me, I hit them. If you don't like my style, then let us go get a divorce, Qin Feng said nonchalantly. Mu Rong Wanqing glared at him, her words deliberate and cold. Divorce? Not possible. Then you'll have to learn to understand your husband. I don't have time to waste on you. I have business to attend to. Where to? Black Gold Group. Mu Rong Wanqing said as she hurriedly left. It seemed that the collaboration between the Hao family and Black Gold Group had indeed triggered a significant sense of urgency in this woman. Qin Feng raised his hand and hailed a taxi. Black Gold Group. Black Gold Group. One of the top 10 super conglomerates in the world. It had risen to the top in just 3 years and now ranked among the top 10 global giants. Its owner remained unknown. Its local branch in Jinghai City was still a small one. The Black Gold Group occupied the tallest building in Jinghai City, the Black Gold Tower. Standing at over 500 meters tall with more than 100 floors, it was the tallest building in the city. The tower represented not only height but also immense financial power and an extraordinary background. Qin Feng lit a cigarette and walked inside. The cameras quickly captured his image, and the staff inside immediately stood up in unison. Some were confused, wondering what was going on, why everyone seemed so on edge all of a sudden. Qin Feng waved his hand casually and made his way to the elevator. He headed to the 88th floor. Inside an office, a well-dressed woman in a skirt suit was reviewing company documents. She glanced out the window, her eyes filled with helplessness and sorrow. "President Yi, Mr. Qin is here," an assistant announced. "What?" Yi Qinglan stood up in a hurry, her face filled with excitement. He finally came to see her. The usually composed and sexy executive was now flustered and nervous. She grabbed her assistant's hand and asked, "Xiao Yu, do you think I look all right today? Will I look too old?" "President Yi, you're very beautiful. Who even knows your exact age?" "Good, that's a relief." Yi Qinglan couldn't contain her excitement and quickly prepared to greet Qin Feng. But just then, Qin Feng had already pushed the door open and walked in. "Qin Feng." For a moment, the seductive executive couldn't find the words. Qin Feng smiled and said, "Long time no see." "Yeah, long time no see," Yi Qinglan smiled bitterly, a forced expression on her face as she gestured for her assistant to leave and hurriedly asked Qin Feng to sit down. "I'll get you a glass of water." But Qin Feng stopped her, grabbing her hand. "No need, it's been so long, let's just talk." Millimeter. Yi Qinglan, who was now about 25 or 26 years old, was feeling as giddy as a young girl in love. Her beautiful eyes were full of excitement and a hint of nervousness. "Have you found a way to extend your life?" she asked. "No," Qin Feng answered. "That's okay. I believe you'll find a way." Yi Qinglan boldly leaned into Qin Feng's embrace, her crimson lips about to kiss him. Just as her lips were about to touch his, Qin Feng pulled back. "Why? Do you think I'm too old?" Yi Qinglan asked with a hint of sadness. "No, you know my situation, and you also know why I faked my death and retired." Yi Qinglan smiled seductively. "It doesn't matter. No matter what the outcome, I'll stay with you forever." Facing Yi Qinglan's feelings, Qin Feng truly appreciated her, but with only 6 months to live, he didn't want to let anyone down. "Let us wait a bit longer. Okay, tonight, I'll wear the black lace stockings you love and wait for you." Yi Qinglan, naturally alluring, was a complete temptress. One glance, one smile, even a gesture, was enough to stir something in Qin Feng. Qin Feng had 2 women, one who held the wealth, and one who controlled life itself. Qin Feng intended to indulge a little before making any decisions. 10 minutes later. "You're leaving already?" Yi Qinglan lazily reclined on the couch, her top undone to reveal her proud, towering breasts, paired with her charming face, making her irresistible. She even deliberately licked her lips, seductive and full of desire. Chapter 3, Otherwise, I'll tear this place down. Qin Feng felt a bit parched. Although he wouldn't mind a little office romance, today was not the time for it. Forget it. Even if I only have 6 months left, I'll try my best to survive. With that, Qin Feng turned and walked out of the office. As he stepped out, he lit a cigarette and was immediately bumped into by someone in a hurry. Both of them took a step back. "Who the hell are you? Can't you watch where you're going?" The bespectacled man angrily cursed. At first, Qin Feng considered apologizing, but seeing the man's foul-mouthed attitude, he sized him up. The ID card read, "Hao Jianren, Project Manager." "I thought it was someone important, turns out it's Hao Jianren's older brother," Qin Feng remarked. Hao Jianren, confused, asked, "You know me?" "No, but I know your little brother. I beat him up not long ago." "So you're the one who sent my brother to the hospital," Hao Jianren said, his voice tinged with realization. Qin Feng shrugged. "That's right." Seeing this, Hao Jianren quickly took out his phone and dialed the security department. "This is Hao Jianren. I'm at the chairman's office right now. Get up here immediately." The office door opened, and Yi Qinglan walked out. Manager Hao, what brings you here? Hao Jianren noticed her ID badge and immediately suppressed his anger, smiling as he said, "Are you the chairman sent by the group?" "Hello, I'm the project manager," Yi Qinglan replied calmly. "Oh." Hao Jianren responded awkwardly, now trying to play nice. "Chairman, who is this person? He just barged into Black Gold Group. I was about to have him thrown out. He's one of our major clients. What do you think?" Yi Qinglan responded coolly. Hao Jianren was taken aback. "A major client? Really? But look at how he's dressed. Doesn't seem like someone coming to talk serious business. Who are you to judge what others wear?" Yi Qinglan retorted sharply. "Sorry. I didn't mean it," Hao Jianren said, lowering his head. Yi Qinglan glanced at Qin Feng, silently asking for his opinion. After receiving a subtle nod, she stepped forward, removed Hao Jianren's ID card, and said, "Go to the finance department to settle your wages and leave Black Gold Group." "Chairman, what do you mean by that?" "HMPH, no need for further explanation. Just go collect your pay and leave. Black Gold Group doesn't need someone like you, so get lost," Yi Qinglan said firmly. Hao Jianren was completely panicked. He almost had the urge to kneel. "Chairman, please give me another chance. I was blind. I won't act like that again." Getting into Black Gold Group had been a huge effort for the Hao family. If he got fired, he'd surely face severe punishment at home. "You begging one help," Yi Qinglan said coldly. Hao Jianren turned to Qin Feng, quickly walking over with a fake smile. "Bro, I'm really sorry. I was too narrow-minded. I misjudged you. Please forgive me. HMPH." Qin Feng sneered and walked away. As he reached the first floor, he ran into Murong Wanqing, who was about to leave. "Baby." Murong Wanqing stopped and looked at Qin Feng. "Qin Feng, what are you doing here?" "I was just taking a walk," Qin Feng replied casually. "You came to Black Gold Group for a walk?" she asked, incredulous. "Yep." Qin Feng looked around, then asked, "What's going on? Looks like things aren't going too well for you. Let us go. Black Gold Group doesn't welcome me here." "Who said that? A small company like Black Gold Group doesn't dare treat my wife like this." Qin Feng pointed to the front desk and said, "Tell your chairman to come meet my wife right now. If not, I'll tear this branch of Black Gold Group down." The receptionist was speechless, but quickly smiled and said, "Yes, sir." Murong Wanqing was completely taken aback. "Baby, let us go. We'll wait for the chairman of Black Gold Group to come meet us." She led Murong Wanqing to the lounge area, where they sat down and ordered 2 cups of coffee. "Qin Feng, do you know people at Black Gold Group?" Murong Wanqing asked curiously. "Well, you could say I do," Qin Feng replied vaguely. Murong Wanqing didn't think much of it. She just assumed it was a coincidence and didn't believe Qin Feng was really friends with the higher-ups at Black Gold Group. After all, Black Gold Group was one of the top 10 largest financial conglomerates in the world. "Wanqing, you're the queen of business in Jinghai City. How did you end up waiting in the lobby like this?" a sarcastic voice interrupted. 2 people approached. It was none other than Hao Jianren, just back from the hospital after being beaten by Qin Feng. Naturally, he was accompanied by his personal assistant. "Brother Hao, is this the woman who doesn't know her place?" The assistant, wearing revealing clothes, was almost exposing her lace bra, clearly trying to flaunt her cleavage. "Wanqing, darling, it smells awful, doesn't it?" Qin Feng said, wrinkling his nose. Murong Wanqing understood immediately and nodded. "Yes, it does smell a little. They bullied me," the assistant said, pouting and clinging to Hao Jianren's arm. "What are you afraid of? We're here to talk business, not like them, just sitting around waiting. Let us sit down and wait for Black Gold Group's management to meet with us," Hao Jianren sneered. "Okay." The 2 sat down. Hao Jianren sneered. "Wanqing, I can give you one more chance. Divorce this guy, and I'll have the Hao family help you out." "No need." Murong Wanqing responded coldly. "Then just wait and see. My brother is the manager at Black Gold Group. With his influence, a deal with Black Gold Group is a sure thing. Don't regret it later." Qin Feng interrupted, "You're so confident. What if the deal falls through?" Har. You have no idea about the benefits involved here. You're just a brute who only knows how to throw punches. There's no point in explaining it to you. If the deal doesn't work out, I'll eat all the cigarette butts from this ashtray right in front of you. Upon hearing this, Qin Feng burst out laughing and quickly lit up another cigarette. Let us wait and see then. Not long after, representatives from Black Gold Group arrived. At the forefront was Yi Qinglan, followed by several high-level executives. Hao Jianren immediately stood up and walked forward to greet them. Hello, I'm Hao Jianren, representing the Hao family. Hello, I'm Yi Qinglan, chairman of Black Gold Group, Yi Qinglan replied smoothly. She then turned to Qin Feng and Murong Wanqing, walking over and extending her hand. President Murong, it's such an honor to meet you. I've been your fan for a long time. Murong Wanqing was the queen of business in Jinghai City, and Yi Qinglan definitely knew who she was. Hello. Seeing this, Hao Jianren's face stiffened. Chairman, considering the company's interests, you wouldn't show any favoritism, would you? Thank you for the reminder. I'm very professional and will handle things fairly, Yi Qinglan assured him. She then took the documents and said, I believe both of you have been waiting for the results. So now, let me announce who Black Gold Group has decided to cooperate with. Quick, tell us. Hao Jianren said eagerly, rubbing his hands together. Chapter for beauty is a disaster. The Black Gold Group chose to cooperate with the Longton Group this time. As soon as these words came out, Murong Wanqing's eyes lit up. Impossible, Chairman, are you mistaken? The one we agreed to cooperate with is my Hao Group. Hao Jianren was stunned. Yi Qinglan closed the file and asked, who told you that? I. Hao Jianren quickly said, Chairman, my brother is an internal employee of your group, are you mistaken? No, you are wrong. Your brother Hao Jianren has been expelled from the group and his opinions are no longer accepted, so I am sorry. Impossible, you are being partial. I want to meet the board of directors of your Black Gold Group. Yi Qinglan sneered, who do you think you are? If you really want to meet with the board of directors, then go to Guerrero. Our headquarters is there. If I didn't want to meet President Mu, you wouldn't be qualified to see me. Hao Jianren staggered back 2 steps, his face full of disbelief. Not only was there no business to discuss, the key point was that his brother was fired. All this hard work was in vain in an instant. Just wait, I will definitely get to the bottom of this matter. Hao Jianren turned around and was about to leave. But Qin Feng said, Master Hao, have you forgotten something? Qin Feng, don't push your luck. HMPH, you have to admit defeat if you lose. You can't afford to play this game. Qin Feng narrowed his eyes slightly. Hao Jianren swallowed his saliva. He knew Qin Feng's methods. Don't come over here. It's okay. If you don't want to eat, I'll feed you. Qin Feng walked over, grabbed Hao Jianren's collar, and picked up 5 cigarette butts from the ashtray. Fuck you, it's been less than 10 minutes and you've smoked 5 cigarettes. Hao Jianren was going crazy. Stop talking nonsense and open your mouth. Don't even think about it. Bang. With a dull thud, Hao Jianren was punched in the abdomen. With his mouth open, Qin Feng stuffed the cigarette butt into his mouth. Woo. Hao Jianren wanted to vomit. But Qin Feng covered his mouth tightly. Master Hao, stay away from my wife, or next time it won't just be cigarette butts. Get lost. Throw one hand forward. Hao Jianren was thrown out in a mess. He got up and spit out the cigarette butt in his mouth, pointing at Qin Feng. Qin Feng, wait for me, I will remember you, and I will never coexist with you. Yi Qinglan said, Mr. Qin, do you want our help? No, go and talk about business. Good. Now Murong Wanqing had to speculate about Qin Feng's identity. While she was lost in thought, Qin Feng had already come up to her and asked, Wife, what's wrong with you? It's okay, wait for me a moment. Okay. Before I knew it, it was already evening. A Rolls-Royce is driving on the road. Qin Feng Yang didn't let go of his cigarette, so Murong Wanqing asked, Can you smoke less in the future? You have to understand the pressure men are under. There is always a way to vent. What kind of pressure can you have? Qin Feng shrugged, You won't understand even if I tell you. That's fine, thank you for today. Thank you. I'm your husband, tell me, is your butt itchy? Murong Wanqing's delicate face turned cold. Can you please not be so vulgar? There's nothing I can do. I'm just a vulgar person. Otherwise, why don't we go get a divorce now since the Civil Affairs Bureau is still open? Qin Feng raised his eyebrows. Impossible. Qin Feng smiled. He could probably understand why a woman like Murong Wanqing was so determined to marry him. To put it bluntly, it's all due to pressure. Compared to others, I was more in line with her ideas, and we broke up after half a year. Qin Feng took a puff of his cigarette and said, "It's really troublesome. Do you think I have nothing to do? If I marry you, a lot of trouble will come." What do you mean? We are being followed. Beauty is a disaster. Good-looking people tend to attract men. Murong Wanqing looked back and saw nothing unusual. No, I didn't see any suspicious vehicles. They take turns coming, don't you think, Mr. Driver? Qin Feng said. Murong Wanqing looked at the driver suddenly and said, "Are you in the same group with them?" "Boss Mu, I'm sorry." The driver sneered, pressed a button, and the middle partition fell down. The car windows and doors were all locked, and no matter how hard Murong Wanqing knocked, it was no use. Damn it. Murong Wanqing is only strong in the business world. Faced with this situation, I would panic like an ordinary woman. No need to look, there is no signal on the phone. Qin Feng said calmly. Qin Feng, you better think of a solution quickly. What can I do? I can escape once, but I can't escape twice. I might as well go and meet the person behind the scenes and find out why they want to kidnap you. Qin Feng shrugged, looked at Murong Wanqing, and smiled. Don't be afraid, I'm here. I don't know why. This weird man, who is obviously funny but likes to pretend to be deep, just smiled. It actually calmed my anxious heart. It was as if by magic that made me subconsciously believe what he said. The vehicle drove into an abandoned factory. Soon after, 2 black cars drove in from behind. Then several men in suits and masks came down, holding guns in their hands. After the driver got off, he immediately asked with a smile, "Ladies and gentlemen, I have brought the people for you, do you know the money? Call out." As a result, the masked man raised his hand and fired a shot. A bullet from the silenced gun pierced the driver's head. The driver fell to the ground head-on, convulsed several times, and died. Murong Wanqing hid in Qin Feng's arms subconsciously like a frightened rabbit. Don't be afraid, cooperate with them and don't resist. Qin Feng said softly. The car door was opened. Come out. Qin Feng patted Murong Wanqing on the back and got out of the car. Murong Wanqing was then taken out of the car as well. Who are you? I can give you whatever you want. Money is not a big deal. Murong Wanqing asked. Money? No need. We are just following orders. Murong Wanqing realized something and her face turned pale instantly. The masked man noticed the change in his expression and said with a smile, "As expected of you, Mr. Mu. You are smart. You can figure out our identities from a sentence that doesn't cost money." No, you misunderstood, I didn't. But before Murong Wanqing could explain, the other party had already taken off the mask. This is a middle-aged man with scars on his face. Once this situation is exposed, they will not intend to leave anyone alive after completing their goal. You are Li Hu's men. You just want the land in the east of the city. I can give it to you, but you are not allowed to hurt me and him. Boss Mu, we won't hurt you for now, but the same may not be true for this person. Scarface immediately said, "Take President Mu up there, and the two of you deal with this guy, and handle him cleanly. Stop, you can't kill people indiscriminately." But no matter how much Murong Wanqing struggled, she was still taken away. The remaining two looked at each other. One of them said with a smile, "You haven't killed anyone yet, this one is for you." That's what you said. The other man took off the safety of his gun and pointed it at the back of Qin Feng's head. Kid, how does it feel to be pointed at with a gun? Chapter 5 What stockings haven't you torn? Qin Feng smiled faintly, "It's a bad feeling, so I hate being pointed at with a gun." That's right. Believe it or not, there are no bullets in your gun. Qin Lang said with a smile. Hearing this, the man hit Qin Feng's head hard and cursed, "Damn, have you seen Yang Shuanging too much?" Not necessarily. Are you really that confident? The man hesitated a little and wanted to see what his teammates were like. This moment, Qin Feng moved, as fast as lightning. He instantly came behind the man and grabbed his gun hand. Call out. Use the other person's hand to pull the trigger and shoot another person. Hearing the noise, the three people upstairs rushed down immediately. Shot. The three men then opened fire. Qin Feng held the man in front of him and shot him, then he held his fingers and shot him. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. Every shot was a direct headshot. But two of the bullets hit Scarface's knees. R. Scarface screamed and rolled down the stairs. Qin Lang threw the man in front of him aside and walked over. Asshole, you. Just as Scarface was squatting down to get the gun, Qin Feng stepped on the back of his foot. Oh. Qin Feng looked down and asked, Who is Li Hu? If I don't tell you, kill me if you dare. You think I don't dare? Scarface didn't say anything, and Qin Feng was too lazy to ask, so he kicked Scarface in the heart. The force was so strong that his heart stopped. Go up to the second floor. I saw Murong Wanqing tied to a chair. He was trying to break free from the ropes, his face full of anxiety. Wife, to be honest, you look very sexy like this. Qin Feng touched his chin and looked at her. Murong Wanqing originally had a good figure, with a curvy figure, plump and graceful. Especially when tied up with ropes, her curves were even more exquisite and she was infinitely charming. Murong Wanqing rolled her eyes and signaled Qin Feng to untie the rope quickly. Tear off the tape on her mouth and untie the rope. Qin Feng, I heard gunshots just now, where are they? Qin Feng shrugged, the spoils were not divided evenly, so they killed each other. What? Murong Wanqing was about to walk, but her foot, which was wearing high heels, sprained. R. He crashed into Qin Feng's arms. What's going on? It's okay. I sprained my ankle when they were dragging me. Qin Feng nodded, and while Murong Wanqing exclaimed, he picked her up. What are you doing? What else can I do? How long do I have to help you walk? Qin Feng was speechless. Everyone says this woman is very smart, but she is obviously very stupid. I went back to the first floor and saw their body on the ground. Murong Wanqing asked in surprise, Are they really killing each other? Otherwise, even if I was a soldier, I'm no match for 5 men with guns. He got in the car and stepped on the accelerator to leave the factory. In the city center, in the urban village, Rolls-Royce attracted a lot of people's attention. My goodness, this car starts at least 20 million, right? Bullshit, adding these things will cost at least hundreds of millions. Qin Feng parked the car in front of a small courtyard. There was a group of aunties and grandmas surrounding the car, pointing and talking at it. Seeing Qin Feng coming down, an old lady hurriedly said, Young man, you have made it big. You drove such a nice car back. I heard that you are still single, right? Hey, young man, although I am a widow, I am still able to fight for it. Would you consider me? Qin Feng's face darkened. Go away, go wherever you want to stay cool. Immediately afterwards, Murong Wanqing came out. What a pretty girl. She's quite a good match for my brother. Go. 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 Qin Feng drove away all the members of the village intelligence station. Then he said to the owner of the butcher shop opposite, Master, send me some pork kidneys later. Okay, I understand. The butcher glanced at Murong Wanqing and gave Qin Feng a thumbs up. Qin Feng, is this where you live? Yes, to be exact, the whole street is mine. My 2-story courtyard loft is worth at least 50 million. Some time ago, a developer offered 100 million for it, but I didn't sell it. Murong Wanqing looked at the dilapidated little courtyard and the messy streets around it. For her, who is used to living in top-notch apartments and villas, it is still a little hard to accept. It's not that I feel disgusted or hateful, but I feel that people insist on living in a place like this when they have better places to live. Isn't that asking for trouble? The yard is about 100 square meters and has a sycamore tree. Although it looks shabby, it has a feeling of being away from the hustle and bustle of the city. Let people's hearts calm down naturally. Qin Feng hummed a little tune and pointed to a small stool. Go sit there, I'll get you some medicine. Immediately afterwards, Qin Feng walked into the side room on the right. Murong Wanqing rubbed her ankle, and the dull pain from the injured bone made her clench her teeth. Soon, Qin Feng walked out and found a bench to sit down. He put the cigarette in his mouth and said, "Give me your feet." "Don't want. You woman, just like to be hurt." A blush appeared on Murong Wanqing's cold and beautiful face, and she lifted up her jade feet wrapped in black silk stockings. It was about size 35, small and delicate, with 5 crystal clear toes. "If you put this under your eyes, it won't be able to see through." Fortunately, Qin Feng does not have a special foot fetish, otherwise he would have been able to nibble on Murong Wanqing's delicate feet for the rest of his life without getting tired of it. Tear. Murong Wanqing was startled. "What are you doing?" Because Qin Feng tore her black stockings. "Why are you so startled? Do you know how expensive these stockings are?" Murong Wanqing was speechless. Qin Feng snorted, "It's just a pair of stockings, I'll buy it for you tomorrow." "No need." Murong Wanqing turned her face away. "TSK, what kind of expensive stockings have I not torn? I remember when I went abroad on a mission and went to see Yi Qinglan, I had torn all kinds of high-end stockings. I even tore the stockings of a queen from a European royal family. The stockings that can kill in Qin Feng's hands are worth at least 80 if not 100. Qin Feng gently rubbed the ankle of the icy beauty as she looked blushing and embarrassed. And she found that her ankle really didn't hurt anymore. Instead it felt warm and magical. Murong Wanqing asked, "Have you ever learned massage?" "Yes, I have. I worked at the Royal No. 1 Bath Center for a while. I was loved by rich ladies for my skillful techniques and affordable prices. There was once a rich lady who offered 50 million a year to support me, but I refused." "So you made a profit, you know." Qin Feng raised his eyebrows and smiled wickedly. Snort. Murong Wanqing treated this as nonsense. Qin Feng continued massaging, his eyes following his icy wife's slender and beautiful legs. It immediately attracted Qin Feng's attention. Murong Wanqing felt uncomfortable all over and looked at Qin Feng again. "I saw him staring at the bottom of my skirt and his nose was bleeding. Does it look good?" "Not bad, just a little dark." "A bit dark." Chapter 6. What she doesn't he do, I do. The temperature in the entire yard dropped suddenly. Qin Feng shuddered all over and came back to his senses. Looking at his icy wife, her delicate body trembled slightly, her peerless and beautiful face was even darker than the bottom of a pot, and her pair of murderous eyes emitted a weird red light. This is a classic red eye hunting moment. Misunderstanding. The black eye mentioned was the light, not you. Qin Feng. Murong Wanqing almost uttered these 2 words through gritted teeth. Qin Feng said, "It's just a glance. I'm your husband. Is it illegal to look at my own wife?" "Qin Feng, I'm not done with you. TSK, if you continue like this I will commit domestic violence." Qin Feng stood up. Murong Wanqing's face was filled with shame and anger. "How dare you? Domestic violence is illegal. What are you afraid of? Haven't you heard that beating someone with clothes on is domestic violence, and beating someone with clothes off is just for fun? You dare? What's there to be afraid of? Believe it or not, I will divorce you tomorrow." Murong Wanqing wanted to kill someone, and said, "As a man, you keep talking about divorce. Are you still a man? Who said that initiating divorce is a woman's privilege? You?" Facing Qin Feng, the business goddess had no way out. "I have encountered many tough opponents in these years of doing business, but when it comes to Qin Feng, I really have no way to deal with him." Par. Suddenly, the wooden door was slammed violently. Qin Feng opened the door unhappily and said, "What do you mean? Are you knocking on the door to announce a death?" There were several cars parked in front of the door. In addition to several bodyguards in suits, there was also a pair of middle-aged women standing there. The man was about 40 or 50 years old, with slightly gray hair, and the woman was probably in her 30s at most. They were dressed elegantly, with heavy makeup on their faces, revealing a strong sense of arrogance and superiority. Qin Feng knew at first glance that this woman was not the man's original wife. Because this woman does not have the dignified and noble temperament of a wealthy wife, but instead has a strong worldly air. Either she is a stepmother or a mistress. "Kid, who did you say was reporting the death?" the bodyguard asked unhappily. "Who else could it be but you? Didn't your master tell you how to knock on the door?" The bodyguards were suddenly speechless. Qin Feng put his hands in his pockets and asked, "Who are you? I don't seem to know you, and I haven't offended you, right?" The middle-aged man stepped forward and said, I am the chairman of Longtan Group, Murong Gaiyuan, and Murong Wanqing is my daughter. Fuck, father-in-law. Qin Feng thought to himself that the middle-aged man in front of him was actually his wife's father. So that woman is Murong Wanqing's mother? But no matter how you look at it, these two people don't seem like the type who could give birth to a beauty like Murong Wanqing. I see. Then please come in. If it turns out to be the mother-in-law, that's another matter. Murong Gaiyuan was fine, but the beautiful woman walked in with a look of disgust on her face. What a shabby place this is. Wanqing actually married into a place like this without permission. It really disgraces the reputation of our Murong family. If you don't like it, you can get out. Without waiting for Qin Feng to speak, Murong Wanqing came out. The two beautiful legs were snow white, and it was obvious that she had gone in to take off her stockings. Dad, why are you here? Murong Gaiyuan didn't say anything, but walked over, raised his hand and slapped Murong Wanqing in the face. Bang! Qin Feng's heart skipped a beat. He hurried over, but Murong Wanqing raised her hand to signal him not to bother. Dad, I'm sorry, but this is my own choice. Please respect my choice. What do you choose? Your choice is to marry such a good-for-nothing scoundrel. Are you still a member of my Murong family? Murong Gaiyuan roared. Hey, which eye of yours so that I am a gangster? This made Qin Feng unhappy. I was just dressed casually, so how did I become a hooligan? Shut up, you have no right to speak here. Why am I gone? Qin Feng was angry. Murong Wanqing said, Qin Feng, please go in, I will take care of this matter. You go in, and I'll take care of it. Qin Feng took a step forward, looked at Murong Gaiyuan, and said, Wanqing is my wife now, and she belongs to the Qin family. If you have anything to say, just say it. If you want to fight, I will accompany you. Little beast, who do you think you are? Bang! Everyone was shocked. Qin Feng gave Murong Gaiyuan a loud slap in the face with his backhand. You dare to hit me? Why are you saying this again? Qin Feng was puzzled and said speechlessly, It seems incredible that people like you get beaten up. Why shouldn't I dare to beat you up? You deserve to be beaten for your foul mouth. What's wrong with that? You. Murong Gaiyuan was so angry that he was speechless in an instant. You asked me what it was, didn't you? Now I'll tell you. Qin Feng lit a cigarette, put his arm around Murong Wanqing's waist, and said, She is my wife, and I am her man. Asshole, come on, take care of this guy for me. The two bodyguards immediately stepped forward and were ready to take action. But with two muffled bangs. The two bodyguards, each weighing 180 kilograms, flew backwards in an instant and fell 4 or 5 meters away. The powerful force directly frightened the people of Murong family. Qin Feng sneered, I'll tell you again, I'm Murong Wanqing's man. I do what she doesn't dare to do, I manage people she doesn't dare to manage, and I pay for what she doesn't fight back against. In short, I'll manage what I can manage, and I'll manage even more what I can't manage. This is me, Murong Wanqing's man, Qin Feng. Murong Gaiyuan and his wife looked unhappy. Similarly, Murong Wanqing also looked at the man who was hugging her in surprise. After hearing what he just said, I felt an inexplicable sense of security. With these few words from him, even if the sky falls, he will help me. Wanqing, this kid is good at fighting, but he can only talk nonsense. Can he save your grandfather's life? Can he save Longtan Group? Murong Gaiyuan knew that Qin Feng was not easy to deal with, so he could only put pressure on Murong Wanqing. If you don't want to, then hand over all of your grandfather's shares, and from now on there will be no more you in the Murong family, said stepmother Jia Qianqian. Impossible. Faced with the beautiful woman's words, Murong Wanqing directly refused. Jia Qianqian, that was left to me by my grandfather. I will find a way to save my grandfather's life. Closing down the company will not benefit me at all, and I will also find a way. The only one who can save our family now is the Hao family, but you, as a man, have offended the second young master Hao. You are forcing our family into a pit of fire. Murong Gaiyuan said angrily. Qin Feng sneered, if we agree to the Hao family's conditions, will the old man's condition improve? This is ridiculous. Go back and wait. My wife has found a miracle doctor and will go to save the old man tomorrow. How is that possible? Nothing is impossible. Qin Feng then said, Okay, Wanqing and I are going to sleep, you guys hurry up and leave. Chapter 7. Do you dare to touch her? Are you going to leave or not? Faced with Qin Feng's oppression, Murong Yuan and his wife were a little afraid. Thinking back to how Qin Feng kicked 2 bodyguards unconscious in an instant, not everyone can do this. Wanqing, you'd better think about it. We are all doing this for your own good, so that the entire Murong family can continue to stand in Jinghai City. You say this as if we are hoping that the Murong family will go bankrupt. Qin Feng said. Murong Yuan wanted to say something else. But he couldn't beat Qin Feng in a fight, nor could he win in an argument, so he could only snort coldly and turn around and leave. Close the door. Qin Feng looked at Murong Wanqing and said, go to sleep. Qin Feng, what did you just say that I found a miracle doctor? What do you mean, how can I find a miracle doctor? It's far away and yet it's right before your eyes. Qin Feng said this, putting on an attitude of, I am who I am. You? Murong Wanqing's head was full of question marks. Yes, that's me. Don't joke. My grandfather's condition is very rare. My family has invited countless famous doctors to treat him. You are younger than me. Medical skills require time and experience to accumulate. Qin Feng shrugged, then let's go and have a look tomorrow. If it's cured, then we can get a divorce, okay. HMPH, impossible. After Murong Wanqing finished speaking, she walked into their house. Your room is on the first floor. Remember to make your bed yourself. I won't serve you. Hearing this, Murong Wanqing almost staggered. Qin Feng, are you still a man? I live with you and you want me to make my bed. Otherwise, are you going to sleep with me? Impossible, I respect myself and I'm not the kind of person who does things casually before we get married. You're cruel. This night could be said to be the most helpless one Murong Wanqing had ever experienced since she grew up. But fortunately, I have a strong independent character and still make my own bed. Come down for a midnight snack. No. Have to. The next day. Qin Feng is having a dream from spring. Qin Feng, what time is it? Get up. The cold blanket on my body was lifted off, followed by a scream that pierced my eardrums. Why, aren't you wearing any clothes? Qin Feng rubbed his eyes and said, it's so early, let me sleep a little longer, I like to sleep naked. Hurry up and get up. Didn't you say you wanted to treat my grandfather? No, it's not that you don't believe me. Murong Wanqing was so angry that her teeth were itching, and she picked up a pillow and threw it at Qin Feng wildly. All right, if you keep messing around, I'm going to domestic violence. Qin Feng was so sleepy that he sat up and looked at his wife in front of him. Just go, it's not a big deal. City First Hospital. In the intensive care unit. Murong Wanqing walked in and looked at an old man lying on a hospital bed. Grandfather. This moment. The ice goddess tears began to flow. She didn't cry even though she was slapped by her own father last night. Seeing that the old man in front of him was seriously ill, he could no longer control his emotions. Qin Feng could see that this daughter-in-law was always cold in front of everyone, and only showed her little girl side in front of her grandfather. Mr. Mu, you came just in time. Your grandfather's condition can't be delayed any longer. If it continues like this, I'm afraid he will die in less than a week. A doctor in a white coat said. Qin Feng asked, what's the situation? Have you checked it out? No. The doctor in the white coat continued, Boss Mu, I heard that an elder from the Southern Medicine King Pavilion has come to Jinghai City. I think it is necessary to ask him to come and take a look. Are you telling the truth? Murong Wanqing asked hurriedly. It's true. I once studied at the Medicine King Pavilion. I would like to respectfully address that elder as my teacher. As long as I introduce him, I think it will be possible. Qin Feng looked at the doctor. This is the rhythm of negotiating conditions. No matter how much money it costs, I'm willing to pay. This is not about money, but if there is anything, I would like to talk to President Mu alone. The doctor's meaning was very clear, he wanted Qin Feng to leave. No need, but you can say it. Well, President Mu, for a goddess like you who is so high above me, I, Jia, dare not think too much. As long as President Mu agrees to have dinner with me and stay with me for one night, that will be fine. Murong Wanqing frowned instantly, and her pretty face turned cold as ice. Hearing this, Qin Feng also had a headache. R. With a scream, Dr. Jia was kicked into a corner by Qin Feng. Damn it, you want my wife to accompany you? Qin Feng said angrily. Who are you? I'm his man. Qin Feng went forward and started punching and kicking Dr. Jia, leaving him with a bruised face and broken glasses. The half-dead Dr. Jia was thrown outside. Wife, this is not okay. People will miss you wherever you go. In response, Murong Wanqing smiled bitterly. This is her fate. If Longting Enterprise really collapses, her fate will not be much better. Unless she committed suicide, her former rivals would find ways to get her body. Qin Feng clapped his hands. It doesn't matter, it means my wife is beautiful enough. If it were in ancient times, she would be a disaster to the country and the people. Can you speak? Can you save my grandpa first? Okay. Qin Feng came to the bedside, picked up the old man's wrist, and began to take his pulse. With his brows furrowed, Murong Wanqing's eyes dimmed beside her. I am not afraid of Western medicine smiling, but I am afraid of Chinese medicine frowning. How is it? Didn't you find the cause? It's not a big problem, it's just. Qin Feng was about to speak when the door opened. The person who came was Murong Wanqing's stepmother, Jia Qianqian, followed by Dr. Jia, who had a bruised face and nose. You damn girl, you're so bold that you let your man beat up my nephew. The first thing they did was to bring an army to demand accountability. It turns out that Dr. Jia is Jia Qianqian's nephew. Aunt, how could you allow Wanqing to marry such a person, said Dr. Jia. Murong Wanqing said coldly, Jia Qianqian, then we have to ask your nephew what excessive demands he made. Wanqing, this is why you are so ignorant. My nephew is the chief physician of the hospital. Your grandfather is still alive because of him. Let alone other things, even asking you to sleep with him is not too much. Hearing this, Murong Wanqing looked at Jia Qianqian with disgust. Do you think everyone is like you? Using your body to please men to achieve your goals. HMPH, I'm your mother. How dare you talk like that? Jia Qianqian glared. How ridiculous. You are just my father's mistress. If you want to enter the Murong family, you must get my grandfather's permission. Jia Qianqian was immediately furious. Today, I will teach you a lesson on behalf of your father, a daughter who doesn't know how to be filial. As he said this, he took 2 steps forward and raised his hand to hit Murong Wanqing. Ahem. Qin Feng coughed twice. Jia Qianqian stopped what she was doing and looked at Qin Feng. I advise you to keep your mouth shut. If you touch my wife, your face will be deformed. Chapter 8 Why don't I support you? Although he had a flash marriage with Murong Wanqing, there was no love between them. But at least she is nominally his wife, she is his person. How can I allow others to bully me at will, even if they are my wife's family members? Qin Feng, we have checked your background. You are just a lousy soldier who doesn't even have a job. I don't know why Wanqing would fall for you. Har har, that means my baby has vision and knows my potential value, unlike you, who are short-sighted, snobbish, and look down on others. Jia Qianqian was so angry that she gritted her teeth and her whole body was shaking. Come on, get out and stop being an eyesore here. Qin Feng said. What are you doing? Murong Gaoyuan's voice sounded. Several people looked over. In addition to Murong Gaoyuan, there was also an old man wearing a tang suit. Teacher, why are you here? Dr. Jia asked quickly. The old man chuckled and said, I heard that the old man of the Murong family was seriously ill, so I came to see how he was doing. Seeing this, Jia Qianqian and Dr. Jia, both aunt and nephew, were very unhappy. Originally, I wanted to use the old man to force the Murong family to compromise, but this old man was invited here on his own initiative. Then, Dr. Jia hurriedly explained, Wanqing, this is one of the elders from the Southern Medicine King Pavilion, Elder Shen Qingshan, whose superb medical skills can bring the dead back to life. Don't talk nonsense. Shen Qingshan said modestly. Murong Wanqing looked at Qin Feng, only to see him calmly walk aside. He lit a cigarette and opened the window. It seemed that the people and things in the ward had nothing to do with him. Hey, you, what do you mean? You ignore Dr. Shen when you see him. Don't you take him seriously? Dr. Jia asked. Dr. Shen, Qin Feng definitely didn't mean that. Murong Wanqing wanted to explain. For the sake of my grandfather, I had to lower my posture. When Dr. Shen heard the name Qin Feng, his legs went weak and he almost fell down. Divine Dr. Shen. A miracle doctor. Several people wanted to help. Dr. Shen's face was full of doubts. He hurried to Qin Feng's side and said, "My dear friend, I am the elder of Medicine King Pavilion, Shen Qingshan. May I ask you?" Qin Feng. Qin Feng said two words lightly. Boom. Dr. Shen's mind suddenly exploded. My whole body couldn't help but tremble with excitement, and I even felt like kneeling down. Big. Senior Shen, you are here to treat your illness, what's the point of chatting with me? Qin Feng looked at Shen Qingshan and smiled faintly. The next second, Shen Qingshan suddenly understood something. He secretly swallowed his saliva and suppressed his inner excitement. He is not dead. That person is really not dead, he just changed his identity. Shen Qingshan was so excited that he didn't know what to say. Qin Feng, it is your blessing that Dr. Shen can talk to you. What do you mean by this? Dr. Jia said angrily. Humph, if you are ignorant, then that's it. If you offend divine Dr. Shen, let's see what you will do. Jia Qianqian also spoke in a sarcastic tone. Muronga Yuan said with a straight face, Wanqing, take your people out, quickly. Everyone, maybe you misunderstood. I can't cure Mr. Murong's illness. As Dr. Shen said this, everyone was surprised. Don't ask why. This young man is studying medicine just like me, and his attainments are higher than mine, so I won't embarrass myself in front of him. Dr. Shen admitted it openly. Several people looked at Qin Feng. It's impossible to even think about it. A young man in his 20s has better medical skills than an old man over 70 years old. You must be kidding. Teacher, you must be mistaken. Qin Feng is a man with strong limbs and a brain. Bang! Shen Qingshan angrily interrupted Dr. Jia with a slap. Shut up. Do I need you to remind me whether I recognize the wrong person? After all, you have also studied in the Medicine King Pavilion. I didn't expect you to be so blind and arrogant. Who gave you the sense of superiority? Was it the Medicine King Pavilion? Teacher, Don't call me teacher. I don't have students like you in Yaowang Pavilion. Shen Qingshan said sternly. He was able to sit in this position thanks to the students of Yaowang Pavilion. If Shen Qingshan said so, then his position would be in jeopardy. Teacher, I was wrong. Please give me another chance. HMPH, I'm not the one you need to apologize to. Shen Qingshan pushed him away. Dr. Jia looked at Qin Feng again. Don't look at me, I'm not from Yaowang Pavilion. Qin Feng looked at the others and said, everyone get out, or you stay and I'll leave. If you want Mr. Murong to die, you can stay. Shen Qingshan said. Muronga Yuan thought about it. Even Dr. Shen said so we have no choice but to leave. Everyone get out. Gao Yuan, my nephew is already like this, why don't you say? Shut up and get out. Muronga Yuan glared at Jia Qianqian. After the family walked out, Dr. Shen then bowed and said, Sir, if you hadn't sacrificed yourself. He is dead, and I am Qin Feng now. But why did you fake your death? With your honor and military achievements, you could have. Qin Feng smiled faintly, if I were chasing fame, fortune and status, I wouldn't be here. Okay, I won't ask. Dr. Shen sighed and asked, Sir, what's wrong with him? Just call me Qin Feng. He has been poisoned. Poison. Dr. Shen also checked immediately. Sure enough, the only thing that can be concealed by today's Western medical testing equipment is the GU poison. You should remove the poison. The method is. Half an hour later, Qin Feng came out and said to Murong Wanqing, let's go home. Where's my grandpa? With Senior Shen here, there won't be any major problems. We'll just observe for a few days. Murong Wanqing still had a worried look on her face. She looked at Qin Feng and asked, can you accompany me to a place? Where are you going? Tonight is the birthday of the former president of the Jinghai City Commerce Association. Qin Feng scratched his head. Wife, how about I support you? You earn a lot in this job, but you also have a lot of social events. We haven't even had sex since we got married. What are you going to use to support me? That's all my grandfather has worked hard all his life to get. I want to protect the last of his legacy for him. Okay, I'm going with you not because I like you, but because I don't want you to be laughed at when you go out. Murong Wanqing's face darkened instantly. Have I brought shame upon you? That's not the case, but to resolve this matter, you have to hold a wedding with me, so you should put on a good show. Good. 7 o'clock in the evening. The two came to a luxurious villa. Various luxury cars were parked all around, and lavish gifts were being prepared. Qin Feng had just lit a cigarette when he felt a sharp pain in his waist. Could you smoke less? It's uncomfortable if I don't smoke. Qin Feng was helpless. I only have a few months left to live, and I'm being punished for smoking. Chapter 9. Enter through the dog hole where the dog lives. Walk into the villa. Murong Wanqing's appearance attracted the attention of many people. But soon everyone's attention turned to Qin Feng, and they all guessed who Qin Feng was. Isn't this our President Mu and her man? A weird voice sounded. Two young men in suits came over. They were the two brothers of the Hao family. Both brothers suffered setbacks at the hands of Qin Feng. They were so angry with Qin Feng that their teeth were itching. Murong Wanqing had a cold face, glanced at him and wanted to leave. Qin Feng, what do you think this place is? Can you get in? Hao Jianren looked at Qin Feng, ready to cause trouble for Qin Feng. Qin Feng stopped and looked at the two of them. What do you mean? It's nothing, it just means that not everyone can attend tonight's birthday party. People of your status can only get in through a dog hole. Don't go too far. Murong Wanqing said angrily. But the two ignored Murong Wanqing and continued to provoke Qin Feng. Qin Feng, what? Do you still want to hide behind a woman and let her speak for you? Of course not. According to what you said, even if I were a human, I would have to come in through the dog hole. So tonight's birthday is the dog's birthday, right? Do you dare to say that the former president of the business association is a dog? Hao Jianren said. Qin Feng sneered. You said that, why not let the former business president come out and ask if tonight is the dog's birthday? If it is, then I, Qin Feng, will turn around and leave and not attend the dog's party. If it is a human party, I will walk in openly through the door. Qin Feng, just wait, don't be complacent. The two brothers were so angry that their teeth itched. Qin Feng smiled and suddenly rushed forward. Par. Par. Two slaps sent the two brothers flying. He fell into the bushes and didn't climb out for a long time. Humph, two pieces of trash. Qin Feng walked back and said, Bao, it seems that it was not a wise choice for you to bring me here. Forget it, they asked for it, no one else can be blamed. If I were a man, I would have taken action too. No, if you were a man, what would I do? Murong Wanqing rolled her eyes speechlessly and walked towards the villa. In the hall, Murong Gaiyuan and Jiao Qianqian came over. Wanqing, why did you bring him here as well? Murong Gaiyuan asked. Why can't I come? I'm his wife. Murong Wanqing said firmly. In response, Murong Gaiyuan glanced at Qin Feng and said nothing more. After a moment, he reminded, tonight's birthday is special, Qin Feng, don't mess around. If you have anything to say, talk about it when you get back. Why? It's just a birthday celebration, but you're making it look like an ancient court. What do you know? The former business president is more than that. If we offend him, our Longtan group will not be able to gain a foothold in Jinghai City. Qin Feng smiled and was too lazy to say anything else. Just find a seat and sit down. Murong Wanqing said, Qin Feng, you may not know the weight of the former business president. He can decide the life and death of a company with just one word. Even if the Black Gold Group wants to take root in Jinghai City smoothly, it must get the nod of the former business president Xu Sanya. I understand. A powerful dragon cannot defeat a local snake. Most of these companies were previously local underworld forces that have since transformed. Therefore, the most powerful underworld leader at that time naturally became the current business president. Qin Feng asked, the person who kidnapped you before was this Mr. Xu's man? There is no evidence. Even if there is evidence, what can it do? To be able to sit in the position of the business president is not only based on means and brains, but also on connections and background. You can see the helplessness in Murong Wanqing's eyes. She may not be afraid of competition in business, but once the political connections are used to suppress or the dirty tricks of the underworld forces are used secretly, she, a woman, is no match at all. The third master is here. Following a shout from a man wearing a melon-shaped hat and a butler's gown. A woman in a high-slit cheongsam came in pushing a wheelchair. Sitting in the wheelchair was an old man who was nearly 80 years old and had age spots all over his face. Several middle-aged men in suits and leather shoes stepped forward and bowed. Third master, may you live a long and healthy life. Third master, live a long life. Third master, may you live as long as the southern mountains. Shusan felt very touched by every word of compliment. Everyone gathered around, wanting to get a chance to show off. Qin Feng said speechlessly, "Wife, this doesn't look like a birthday celebration, it looks like offering sacrifices." "Don't talk nonsense. It's a very complicated matter. Be careful not to be overheard." "All right." Then they began to offer sacrifices and present various precious gifts. "The Qinhu gang sent us 1,000-year-old ginseng." Hearing their voice, Qin Feng squinted and looked over. A middle-aged man with a scar on the corner of his mouth walked into the scene, looking very aggressive. "He is Li Hu." "Yes." Murong Wanqing nodded. Li Hu smiled and said, "Grandpa Gan, I wish you good fortune as vast as the East Sea and a long life as great as the southern mountains." Okay. Uncle Shu couldn't stop smiling. Qin Feng was curious and continued to ask, "Wife, does Mr. Shu-san still recognize his grandson?" "Well, actually, Master Shu-san has no descendants. He was castrated in his early years in order to serve a prince of the previous dynasty. Later, that prince was also shot." Eunuch. Qin Feng was speechless. It turns out that Shu-san has such a past. Although he lost his offspring, he also gained identity and status, so it was not a loss. More than half an hour passed. After thanking the guests, Mr. Shu-san began to ask, "Is anyone from the Murong family coming tonight?" Hearing this, Murong Gaiyuan stepped forward and said, "Third master, I am Murong Gaiyuan. I just gave you a birthday gift worth 50 million. Yes, I heard that your Murong family is very popular recently." Murong Gaiyuan frowned, not understanding what Shu-san meant. "Please be clear, third master. If there is any mistake, my Murong family will definitely correct it. I heard that you used unfair means to snatch the cooperation opportunity between the Hao family and the Black Gold Group. Is this true?" Now Murong Gaiyuan was confused. Murong Wanqing understood something and stood up and said, "Third master, we did cooperate with the Black Gold Group, but we never used despicable means. It was the actions of the Hao family's enterprise that led to the loss of the opportunity to cooperate with the Black Gold Group." Someone said coldly, "Murong Wanqing, you are junior butting in on the conversation between the elders. Don't you think you take the third master seriously? This person looks a bit like the two brothers of the Hao family." Murong Wanqing said, "Chairman Hao, it's obviously your fault. Why do you want to force the fault on my Murong family?" Murong Wanqing, right? I heard that you are tough, smart, and brave. Mr. Shu said with a smile. Murong Wanqing's methods are tough and her intelligence is extraordinary, but that is also based on fair competition. If he were to resort to dirty tricks in secret, how could she be his opponent? Chapter 10, It's really like a knife cutting my butt, it really opened my eyes. Unable to win in fair competition, Murong Wanqing was naturally unable to defend herself against kidnapping and extortion. Shu-san continued, "And about the land in the East District, I heard that you also snatched it from my godson. Master Shu, please explain the reason behind this." Without giving Murong Wanqing a chance to speak, Shu-san interrupted and said, "I don't care what means you use, return all the opportunities that belong to the Hao family and the land that belongs to my grandson. Do you understand what I mean? You are too bullying." Murong Wanqing gritted her teeth. Master Shu-san sneered, "You can understand it this way. I, Shu-san, still have some weight in Jinghai City. Third master, don't be angry, we will definitely follow your instructions." Yes, Wanqing is young and hot-tempered, and she doesn't know what's good for her, so she's trying to steal your grandson's business. We will teach her a lesson when we get back. Murong Gaiyuan and his wife have already backed down. They were afraid that if they offended Mr. Shusanya, they would not even be able to get their last assets. Murong Wanqing clenched her teeth, her eyes were extremely cold. "Master Shu, you are going too far." Murong Wanqing, don't talk nonsense. The third master has given your Murong family a lot of face. Don't be ungrateful and ruin the Murong family's last foundation. Chairman Hao said with a smile. Uncle Gan, this person seems unwilling to accept the defeat. Why don't we make the Murong family disappear from Jinghai City from now on? Li Hu said with a sneer. Murong Wanqing looked around and felt a chill in her heart. There are many people here who cooperate with Longtan Group, but no one has spoken out so far. Everyone treated him coldly, even his own father chose to surrender. Murong Wanqing felt a strong sense of tightness in her chest, which made her eyes go dark. The delicate body staggered back a step and pressed against a warm and strong chest. Wife, why are you talking so much nonsense to them? They are obviously ganging up on you to bully you. Qin Feng smiled and raised his hand to pat Murong Wanqing's shoulders. The pressure on her chest dissipated, allowing her to recover. You guys are bullying a woman. It's like a knife cutting your butt. It's really eye-opening. Qin Feng, you came at the right time. Even Murong Wanqing doesn't dare to do anything in front of the third master. What do you, a powerless person, want to do? Chairman Hao sneered. Li Hu also spoke up, you are the one who killed my people. I killed him. If you hadn't just gotten married and were decorating the wedding room, I would have come to find you a long time ago. Qin Feng smiled slightly. You are so arrogant. You have only been a soldier for a few years. Then what? Chairman Hao sneered, now that the third master is here, I won't allow you to act recklessly. You beat up my second son, snatched away his beloved woman, and asked the Black Gold Group to fire my eldest son. Let's settle this matter tonight. Don't even think about leaving here tonight, said Li Hu. The people around retreated. There seems to be a bit of tension, and it seems like someone is going to die. Murong Gaoyuan wanted to pull Murong Wanqing away, but she refused and chose to stand with Qin Feng. Grandpa was seriously ill these years, and no one ever helped her. Only Qin Feng, whom she wanted to marry as soon as they met, helped her, so she couldn't leave. Third Master Shu spoke again, young man, you are a soldier, I won't make things difficult for you. I will divorce Murong Wanqing and break your legs, and all the grudges will be wiped out. What a big tone. Do you really think you are the emperor? Humph, the third master is the king in Jinghai City. Even the king of heaven has to respect him. Those who dared to brag in front of my godfather before, now have grass on their graves taller than you. Qin Feng laughed and said, interesting, a mere eunuch can make you lick his ass so much, no wonder you can only stay in Jinghai City for the rest of your life, you can be dogs as you like, but I, Qin Feng, don't want to. The two eunuchs completely angered Mr. Shu Sanya. Boy, I've changed my mind. I'm going to break all your limbs and pull out your tongue to feed the dogs. Then Li Hu waved his hand. Suddenly, several bodyguards in black suits rushed in. Li Hu said, dear guests, please leave. The third master is going to clear the place. Everyone looked at Qin Feng and Murong Wanqing with sympathy. They all left. Murong Gaoyuan was already sweating profusely. Wanqing, come here quickly, don't stand with Qin Feng, it's very dangerous. Dad, are you worried about me personally, or are you worried that no one will continue to make money for the Murong family after I die? This sentence left Murong Gaoyuan speechless. Shu San sneered and said, boy, have you thought about it? Thinking about what? Thinking about how to kill you. I hope you can still speak like this later. Mr. Shu Sanya raised his hand, and a man with pigtails walked in. Third Master. Biezi, don't you want to fight with the soldiers? The boy in front of you is one of them. Have some fun with him. Okay, Master San. The girl with pigtails smiled grimly and stared at Qin Feng teasingly. Ghostblade, he is the professional killer beside the third master, Ghostblade. Murong Wanqing recognized this man. It's okay, just back off. Qin Feng pulled Murong Wanqing behind him. Boy, it's a pity that the third master doesn't want you to die, otherwise, my knife is very sharp and you wouldn't feel any pain at all. Pigtail took out an eagle claw dagger, held it in reverse, and waved it. Qin Feng, it's still not too late for you to beg for mercy now. Li Hu said with a smile. Snort. Qin Feng suddenly took a step forward and waved his hand. Pigtail stepped back suddenly, and the eagle claw dagger in his hand disappeared. Looking forward, the dagger had already fallen into Qin Feng's hand. Mr. Shu Sanya and the others narrowed their eyes slightly. When did you? Pigtail said in disbelief. Knives are for killing, not for tricks. After saying that, Qin Feng threw the dagger forward. Kai. The pigtailed head tilted back, with a dagger clearly fixed on the forehead. Bang! He fell straight to the ground and died. Everyone took a deep breath. The professional killer beside Master San, Gui Dao, is dead. They all know that once Gui Dao takes on a mission, there is no mission that he fails to complete. Now he was killed so easily without even the ability to resist. Everyone suspected that the two of them had colluded and were acting. These are the elites around you? Nothing more than that. Qin Feng sneered. Mr. Shu's eyes changed, staring at Qin Feng, and asked in a deep voice, "What kind of soldier are you?" "Cook." "Impossible, how can a cook like you have such ability?" In response, Qin Feng smiled and said, "Haven't you ever watched TV? Don't you know that the most untouchable people in the army are the cooks?" "Qin Feng, I underestimated you, but I don't believe you can beat so many people." Chapter 11 Qin Feng, there is a mouse in your house. Who? Mr. Shusan stood up and glared at the door. There was a commotion outside, and several people in bodyguard uniforms walked in. "Old Shu, you bully my granddaughter when I'm not around. Isn't that too much?" An old man with a slightly pale face walked in. He was wearing a tang suit and looked a little sickly, but he still had the aura of an old man. "Grandfather." Murong Wanqing's beautiful eyes opened wide. Her grandfather had woken up. "Dad." Murong Gaoyuan and his wife were also surprised. Their father, who had been lying in bed for more than a year, suddenly woke up, which made them feel unreal for a moment. "Don't call me Dad." Mr. Murong glared at his son. A pair of eyes flashed with coldness, making Murong Gaoyuan and his wife dare not speak. Master Shu narrowed his eyes and smiled. "Old Murong, you finally woke up." "Yeah, so are you disappointed?" "No, it's good. After all, there are only a few of us old guys left alive." Murong Bo sneered, "So this is your reason for bullying my granddaughter?" "Misunderstanding. Bullying your granddaughter is definitely not without reason. It's mainly because she does things in an unkind way." "How ridiculous. I already know what happened. I'm here today. I want to see who dares to attack my granddaughter and grandson-in-law." Murong Bo was very domineering and chose to confront Mr. Shusan directly. This made Master Shusan's face turn pale, but Murong Bo had already woken up. "After all, I'm still a little bit afraid. You can take your granddaughter away. I won't make things difficult for her, but this guy has to stay. He killed my people, and he must be given an explanation." Murong Bo laughed and said, "How ridiculous. Those who kill others will be killed. Don't you understand that?" People on both sides began to become hostile. "Murong, a lot of things have happened since you fell into a coma. You know, Jinghai City today is no longer the Jinghai City of the past. Do you think you can talk to me, Shusan? Then give it a try. I believe some people are still willing to stand on my side." The two looked at each other for a few seconds. Mr. Shusan was a little nervous as he couldn't guess what Murong Bo was thinking. Although Murong Bo is not the president of the business association and his status is not as high as his own, he is also one of the leading figures in Jinghai City. "If we really fight with real weapons, I may not be your opponent. HMPH, if there's nothing else, I'll take my people and leave. Shusan, you'd better restrain yourself." Murong Bo said to Murong Wanqing, "Girl, let's go." Murong Wanqing did not forget to pull Qin Feng along. As for Mr. Shusan, he could only watch them leave and did not dare to stop them. "Third Master, this?" Chairman Hao asked. "Humph, this old guy is really lucky. He's not dead yet. But it's okay. If we can't come openly, then we can come secretly. Let the message go out that any company that dares to cooperate with Longton Group will be an enemy of me, Shusan." "Good. Wait for the others to leave." Shusan ordered. "Arhu, Murong Wanqing is the key, you understand what I mean?" "Grandpa Gan, I understand. Murong Wanqing is the only one who can hold up the Murong family now. The old man is old after all. As for Murong Gaoyuan, he is just a waste. Go ahead. Now that the Murong family is gone, Jinghai City will be ours." In the urban village. After several people got off the car, Murong Bo said to his son, "You two go back and wait for me. I will settle your accounts later." "Dad." Murong Gaoyuan wanted to say something else. But Murong Bo glared back at him. Qin Feng opened the door and walked in, saying, "Old man, the family is poor, just take a look." As a result, Murong Wanqing gave Qin Feng a look. It seems to be saying, "You know our family is poor, so why did you bring my grandfather here?" Murong Bo walked in, took a look at the yard, and said, "Not bad, not bad. It's rare to have such a peaceful and pure land in this big city." Pure land. Upon hearing these two words, Murong Wanqing fainted. I wonder if my grandfather said the wrong thing on purpose. Enter the living room. Girl, Grandpa has something to say to Qin Feng, go out and buy something for Grandpa. Good. Murong Wanqing glanced at Qin Feng and warned him with her eyes. When no one was around, Murong Bo stood up and was about to salute Qin Feng. "I am an old man, and I am honored to meet you, sir." "No, I'm not an adult. I have already learned about this from old Lu. I never expected that the Dragon Emperor, who is famous in the East and West and is so powerful and feared by all, is actually my grandson-in-law." Murong Bo said this with a look of satisfaction and pride on his face. Seeing this, Qin Feng stopped pretending and sat down and said, "Don't be too happy too soon. Your granddaughter and I are only engaged by contract. We have no feelings for each other. We will go our separate ways in half a year. I know a little about the matter. I won't interfere in the affairs of you young people. I can only wish you can be together. If you are going to hold a wedding, I would also like to drink a glass of wedding wine. Qin Feng has a headache. This wedding has to take place, otherwise I won't be able to explain to my senior sister. Let's wait 2 days. We'll take wedding photos tomorrow. Okay, I'll wait for your good news." The two didn't talk much, and they both understood that some things didn't need to be said explicitly. 10 o'clock. Murong Wanqing saw her grandfather off. When he came back, Qin Feng was very surprised. "Wife, you didn't leave with your grandfather. What did my grandfather tell you?" Murong Wanqing did not answer Qin Feng's question, but asked back. "I didn't say anything. I just said that it's a blessing for your Murong family that you can marry me. I asked me to take good care of you. If you don't obey me and don't follow the 3 obediences and for virtues, I can use domestic violence. Don't talk to me, what did you say?" Qin Feng shrugged. "Guess, I'm going to bed, remember to close the door." "Qin Feng, what are you hiding from me? Are you a cook? Guess for yourself." Bang. Qin Feng closed the door and ignored him. Sleep till midnight. An unexpected guest has arrived. Qin Feng immediately stood up and went to the first floor. Sure enough, I saw a man in night clothes sneaking around. "Hey, are you looking for me?" The man in black immediately turned around, glared at Qin Feng, and a dagger appeared in his hand. Then he pounced towards Qin Feng. Snort. Forehead. After just a glance, Qin Feng grabbed the killer's throat like a chicken's neck. "Tell me, who asked you to come?" Qin Feng asked. The killer's face flushed. He never expected that he would be controlled by Qin Feng as soon as they met. He could only stare at Qin Feng with his eyes. "You are only slightly more powerful than that ghost sword, but you are not qualified to kill me." "R." Suddenly, Murong Wanqing screamed. Qin Feng then realized that there was more than one killer. Snap. He crushed the killer in front of him to death and rushed to Murong Wanqing's bedroom. One broke open the door, and then kicked open the bathroom door. Bang. Originally thought it was a killer, but Qin Feng was completely dumbfounded. I saw the ice goddess daughter-in-law was naked, with her feet on a small stool. Chapter 12. The mouse family was exterminated. Murong Wanqing's face turned extremely pale. When she saw Qin Feng coming in, she hurriedly said, "Qin Feng, rat, rat." Qin Feng looked down and saw a mouse running around. It seemed that after seeing Qin Feng, it climbed up the water pipe to the window and slipped away. But Qin Feng just took a glance. All attention was on Murong Wanqing. Gurgle. He swallowed hard. Murong Wanqing was not wearing anything. What made Qin Feng's blood and energy reverse was Murong Wanqing's perfect body. Or she is destined to be a husband killer. "Qin Feng, why are there rats here?" Murong Wanqing cried as she looked at Qin Feng's eyes that had already popped out. She subconsciously looked at her body. Suddenly her beautiful eyes widened and she immediately covered her eyes. R. Accompanied by a scream that pierced the eardrums. Qin Feng was speechless for a while. Logically speaking, shouldn't a woman's normal reaction be to cover her body? What does it mean when Murong Wanqing covers her eyes? Covering one's ears and stealing the bell? Oh, did you cover the wrong place? Qin Feng kindly reminded. Only then did Murong Wanqing realize her situation. He covered his chest and shouted to Qin Feng, "Get out, get out." Qin Feng crossed his arms over his chest, leaned against the door frame, and said, "Is it not okay for me to see my wife?" Next second, Qin Feng quickly turned around and left. Because Murong Wanqing had picked up the stool on the ground and threw it over. Returned to the living room. Qin Feng took a deep breath and suppressed the restlessness in his body. She is worthy of being the most beautiful woman in Jinghai City. Not to mention her looks, her figure is simply a masterpiece of God and will never be forgotten in my mind. A few minutes later, the butcher said, "Young man, it's all right, I'm leaving now. Clean it up and I'll give you a rent reduction this month." Okay. Qin Feng walked back and found the door of the bedroom on the first floor was closed. So I knocked on the door. "Baby, are you asleep?" Asleep. Hearing this voice, Qin Feng smiled helplessly. The next day, Qin Feng was awakened by a burst of noise. People wearing protective clothing came in and started spraying chemicals in every corner of the room. "Who are you?" "Hello, we are from a pest control company and we are here to clean this house." Qin Feng was speechless. "Who asked you to come?" "It's me." Murong Wanqing walked in and looked at Qin Feng. "Baby, what do you mean? You look like you're going to kill all the rats within 100 meters. Because I looked out the window. In addition to their house, there are workers from a rat extermination company all around." Murong Wanqing said, "You like to keep company with mice, but I don't." Not long after, Qin Feng watched the rat extermination company carry out bags of dead rats. It is estimated that if this trend continues, the rat family in the urban village will be cut off. Seeing Murong Wanqing coming out, Qin Feng asked, "Shall we take wedding photos today?" "I'm busy. There's a problem at the company right now and I need to go solve it." "Okay. Finally I feel quiet." Qin Feng made himself a cup of tea and watched some short videos. Watching the internet celebrity in the video wearing a tight skirt and black stockings, Qin Feng couldn't help but think of what happened last night. Da da da. Followed by the crisp sound of high heels hitting the ground. Qin Feng's eyes lit up. Long wavy hair, fox face, suspender tight skirt, high-end black stockings and high heels. If Murong Wanqing was cold as ice, then the woman in front of him was passionate as fire. The tight skirt could not hide her plump figure. Her proud breasts swayed naturally as she walked, even more so than Murong Wanqing, with a small waist, a perky butt and long legs. The charming beauty smiled slightly with her charming red lips, and said, "Handsome guy, is Mr. Qin here?" "Mr. Qin? Do you have something to do with him?" "Yes, I heard that Mr. Qin has superb medical skills and can turn human flesh into bones. I would like to ask him to treat my illness." Seeing Qin Feng hesitate, the sexy lady took out a jade pendant from her handbag. It is dark black and about the size of 2 fingers. Qin Feng narrowed his eyes slightly and murmured, "My Qin family's Dragon Soul Jade." When talking about Dragon Soul Jade, we have to talk about one's family background. The Qin family was once a large family. But it disappeared decades ago, leaving only this lineage. With the disappearance of my grandfather, my father and mother also disappeared, and there was no one left. Before his death, Grandpa told Qin Feng that anyone holding the Dragon Soul Jade must have done the Qin family a favor, and Qin Feng must help that person. "Can I see it?" Qin Feng took it in his hand and felt the patterns on it. It was indeed the Dragon Soul Jade of his Qin family. Treatment. What disease? Poisoned, my father. Qin Feng looked at the sexy lady in front of him and asked, "What's your last name?" "Wang Fu, my name is Wang Fu Yue." "You can go and take a look, but you have to agree that if you cure your father's illness, the jade pendant will be mine." "Good." Wang Fu Yue was surprised and asked, "Are you Mr. Qin?" "I am the only one in the Qin family." "What do you say? Let's go." There is a red Ferrari parked at the door, and the price starts at least 5 million. The neighbors around looked at Qin Feng with envy. "Brother, is your luck with love coming? He is picked up and dropped off by a luxury car every day." "Maybe. I also want to be kept by a rich woman." Wang Fu family. Live in a mountain villa. Qin Feng had only been back in Jinghai City for a few days and was not aware of the specific circumstances of the Wang Fu family. However, to be able to live in this luxurious villa, one's background must be very powerful. In the mountain villa. After stopping the car, Wang Fu Yue took Qin Feng inside. Uncle, I found a miracle doctor. There were two people sitting in the living room, a middle-aged man and a young man. The young man is older than Qin Feng, probably around 27 or 28 years old. The middle-aged man is the current head of the Wang Fu family, Wang Fu Cheng. Yue, look who this is. Wang Fu Cheng said with a smile. Wang Fu Yue frowned slightly and looked at the young man. Chen Feng, why are you here? I heard that your father was seriously ill, so I came to see you. Yue, you may not know that Master Chen Feng is actually the young master of the Chen family, a famous medical family in Jinghai City. Wang Fu Yue was even more surprised. Chen family. Yes, I didn't tell you before, this time I came here specially to surprise you. Yue, young Master Chen saved your father for free this time. You should thank young Master Chen for his kindness. Wang Fu Cheng said. Uncle, I have found a miracle doctor. He is the one next to me, Mr. Qin. Hearing this, Wang Fu Cheng and Chen Feng looked at Qin Feng. Phew. As a result, Chen Feng just laughed. Chapter 13, Black Dog Blood Can Drive Away Evil Spirits. Chen Feng smiled and said, I'm sorry, I really couldn't help it. Then he stopped smiling and continued, Yue, you can't rush to seek medical help. In Jinghai City, there is no one else who can be called a miracle doctor except my Chen family. Those who claim to be miracle doctors are just liars with bad intentions. Okay, I understand your filial piety. After Wang Fu Cheng finished speaking, he looked at Qin Feng and said, go back to where you came from. Second uncle, he really is. Your second uncle has more experience than you and is more accurate in judging people than you are. Listen to your second uncle. If the other party simply doesn't believe it, Qin Feng will turn around and leave. But they look down on me. If Qin Feng leaves, wouldn't that mean I'm just a charlatan? Therefore, Qin Feng smiled and said, I was also invited here. Whether you believe it or not, you have to let me try. This way, at least Miss Wang Fu can feel at ease. Just go if I tell you to. Don't you know my Chen family? Chen Feng said with disgust. Qin Feng said, oh, and asked with a smile, what is the Chen family? I really don't know. You don't know because you are unqualified and ignorant. Isn't this an opportunity? Let me see the Chen family's ability and whether they are really qualified to be called an aristocratic family. Faced with Qin Feng's provocation, Chen Feng was obviously fooled. Okay, I'll give you this chance, but I can't just let you watch it casually. You need to pay a little price. Qin Feng smiled and said, nod, and you go ahead. How about we diagnose Uncle Wang Fu one by one, and the loser will cripple his own palm? Sure, no problem. Wang Fu Yue looked at Qin Feng and told him not to agree to such conditions. It's okay, just play with him. I also want to see how good the Chen family's medical skills are. There is no time to lose, please. Good. Wang Fu Cheng naturally had no objection. Several people walked into the ward together. Chen Feng said provocatively, you come first, don't say that my Chen family bullies you. No, I'm worried that if I accidentally cure it, you won't have a chance. Don't be so arrogant. Chen Feng gritted his teeth. Qin Feng sneered at this. Chen Feng immediately rolled up his sleeves, sat down and started taking the patient's pulse. Wang Fu Long is a sturdy man with thick eyebrows and big eyes, but his body and face are covered with grey-black marks, like bruises. About a minute passed. Chen Feng said, the situation is indeed serious. The pulse is weak and the heart is beating very slowly. Young Master Chen, with the Chen family's medical skills we can definitely save him, right? Wang Fu Cheng asked. Indeed, it can be done, but the situation is serious and I'm afraid it will require a certain price. Hearing this, Wang Fu Cheng said, no matter what the price is, my Wang Fu family is willing to pay. The only thing that can save Uncle Wang Fu's life now is the 9 Revolutions resurrection pill that my Chen family has, which is getting smaller by the day. One pill is worth 5 billion. Then, Chen Feng looked at Wang Fu Yue with a very affectionate look and said, but considering that Yue and I are friends, I will be selfish for once and just take 2 billion from you. 2 billion for the 9 revolutions resurrection pill. Qin Feng couldn't help laughing and said, this is an urban world, not a fantasy world. Why don't you say it's the 9 revolutions resurrection pill instead of the immortal ascension pill? What do you know? This is made from various extinct herbs collected by my Chen family at great expense. If one is used, there will be one less. Well, you can say whatever you want about your stuff. Qin Feng looked at Wang Fu Yue and asked, I don't need you to spend 2 billion to cure Wang Fu Long. I believe you. Wang Fu Yue said. Yue, do you believe him? But he is obviously a liar. If something goes wrong and Uncle Wang Fu's condition worsens, can he afford the responsibility? How can you not take responsibility? Can you take responsibility? Qin Feng continued, you got 2 billion, and you let the Wang Fu family owe you a favor. Even if you die, it won't affect your goal in the Wang Fu family, right? Nonsense. Qin Feng looked at Wang Fu Yue and asked, believe me, save your father now. If you don't believe me, I, Qin Feng, will turn around and leave. I believe you. Wang Fu Yue said. If you believe me, I won't let you down. Qin Feng walked to the bedside, lifted up Wang Fu Long's collar and looked at it, then asked Chen Feng, do you know what the mark on it is? It's just that blood stasis accumulates due to long-term inactivity. Wrong, a half-witted person like you is embarrassing yourself. This is called corpse spots. Limb spots. Wang Fu Yue frowned slightly and asked, aren't corpse spots only found on dead people? That's right. Uncle Wang Fu is obviously still alive, but you said he was dead. What is your intention? Chen Feng asked. Qin Feng sneered, that's why you are stupid. Although I don't know why corpse spots appear, it can be cured and it doesn't cost much. Snort. Qin Feng ignored Chen Feng's cold snort. He looked at Wang Fu Yue and said, send someone to buy some fresh black dog blood. Good. The people of the Wang Fu family were very quick. In less than 10 minutes, fresh black dog blood was obtained. Qin Feng said, drink it for him. Drinking black dog blood raw. But Wang Fu Yue did not refuse and fed it to her father herself. As soon as he drank it, Wang Fu Long frowned and let out a groan of pain. Qin Feng condensed his hand into a sword finger. Poked Wang Fu Long in the chest 3 times. All right. The next moment, Wang Fu Long coughed a few times and slowly opened his eyes. Seeing this, Wang Fu Yue was overjoyed and said, Dad, you're awake. What's wrong with me? Why do I feel like I've slept for a long time? At this time, seeing that something was wrong, Chen Feng involuntarily stepped back. Qin Feng caught this subtle action and asked with a smile, Chen Feng, where are you going? I have to pee urgently, can't I go to the bathroom? Not necessarily. You clearly just want to get away. Qin Feng continued, come here, what was our previous bet? Qin Feng, don't go too far. My Chen family is not easy to mess with. Your Chen family is not easy to mess with, so I, Qin Feng, am not easy to mess with either. Do you want to cripple one of your hands, or do I do it myself? If I do it, it won't just be one hand. Qin Feng narrowed his eyes slightly, and a cold light flashed across them. Uncle Wang Fu, please help me. Otherwise, if something happens to me, the Wang Fu family will have a hard time explaining it, right? Chen Feng said. Wang Fu Cheng frowned and said, Brother Qin Feng, please leave some room for improvement. We hope to see each other again in the future. There is no need to do anything too extreme, right? From what you said, the Wang Fu family wants to stand with the Chen family. Don't forget that I saved 2 billion for you. Wang Fu Long, who had just woken up, looked a little pale and said, Master Chen Feng, I am willing to accept the loss. This is a bet between you and Brother Qin Feng. My Wang Fu family will not interfere. Chapter 14 mistakenly went to Grandma's house. As soon as these words came out, Chen Feng's face turned pale instantly and he looked at Qin Feng viciously. Qin Feng, if you dare to touch a hair on my head today, my Chen family will fight you to the death. Qin Feng sneered, stop talking nonsense and do it yourself. You dare. There's nothing to be afraid of. Facing Qin Feng who was standing in front of him, Chen Feng punched him angrily. As a result, Qin Feng raised his hand and grasped the other person's fist. Qin Feng, remember next time, don't look down on others. After saying that, Qin Feng exerted a little force. Ka. Qin Feng's fist was crushed into pieces in an instant. Oh. Screams were heard, and he knelt on the ground, covering his hands, sweating all over from the pain. The entire palm was crushed to pieces and was considered useless. Qin Feng looked at Wang Fu and said, "Nothing else, I'll leave first. I'll take you there." Arrived outside the villa, Wang Fu said, "Thank you, I will personally deliver the Dragon Soul Jade to you in a couple of days." Why? Because the Dragon Soul Jade was passed down from my grandfather, it is considered a family heirloom, so I have to tell my father that you saved his life. I believe he will agree. Okay, I believe you. After saying goodbye, Qin Feng prepared to go home. On a crowded bus, Qin Feng stood in the car, watching the heads moving. Immediately afterwards, a bright and attractive woman walked up, attracting a lot of people's attention, including Qin Feng's. Because that figure is so impressive. She has neat short hair, light makeup, delicate and bright facial features, and wears a black suspender miniskirt, which can't hide her proud figure at all. Her waist was slender and just enough to be held in one hand, her buttocks were round and firm, and the skirt could barely cover them. Her long legs were wearing straight black stockings and a pair of high heels made her look even more plump, tall, and sexy. She is only about 24 or 25 years old, but she has such a devilish figure. She is simply the legendary best among the best in the world. After the beauty came up, she took the initiative to walk towards Qin Feng. She stood in front of Qin Feng with her back to him, looking at the attractive curve of her back. Her plump buttocks were only a few centimeters away from him, and he could even smell the perfume on her body. Although this woman's appearance is not the best among the women Qin Feng has seen, her figure is definitely top-notch. Her proud bust alone is not something that ordinary people can look up to. Qin Feng looked down from above, his eyes attracted by two plump, snow-white masses. My mind was spinning with a fuzzy feeling. Faced with such a perfect woman, no man can control himself. Qin Feng pretended to be calm and said that he was not a pervert. We have to consider tearing the body 3 times before executing it. But at this moment, the beautiful woman in front of him turned around, frowned slightly, and warned Qin Feng with her eyes. "Damn it, buddy, I haven't even touched you yet, why are you glaring at me?" Qin Feng was speechless and turned his face away. In less than a minute, the beauty looked at Qin Feng again, her face full of anger. Snort. The beauty turned her face away. In less than a moment, Qin Feng was grabbed by the wrist by the beauty again. "What are you doing? You feel really good when you touch me, don't you?" The beauty's face turned pale and she said angrily, "Police, you are under arrest now." Hey, what do you mean? "Shut up, I'm a policeman, and I finally caught you. Driver, stop the car." The bus stopped. A group of people looked at Qin Feng, pointing and talking. Qin Feng's face couldn't be any darker. He didn't do anything but was treated as a pervert on the bus. "You really misunderstood. I didn't touch you. Huh, besides you, is there anyone else standing next to me?" Hearing this, Qin Feng looked around. There were indeed women standing all around. So who touched the woman's butt? He is a policeman. It turns out that he is sacrificing himself to lure out the pervert on the bus. You have the right to remain silent now. Qin Feng had no choice but to get a one-day ticket to the police station. In the dim interrogation room, the iron gate opened. A man in his mid-20s walked in. The young police officer immediately stood up, "Team Yellow. You go out, leave this man to me," Wang Yang said. But Captain Shear said that she would personally interrogate this person. Wang Yang narrowed his eyes slightly. "She is a second-level police superintendent, and I am a first-level police superintendent." "Yes." The young police officer picked up the information and left. Then Wang Yang sat down. He threw a document on the table and looked at Qin Feng. "Tell me, do you know what happened?" Qin Feng was speechless. "I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just here to be investigated." Bang! Wang Yang slammed the table and angrily asked, "Are you still not honest? It's no use for you to threaten me. Let your Xiabing team come and talk to me. If I didn't want to cause too much trouble, I wouldn't have come here." Wang Yongqi came over and turned on the desk lamp. Suddenly, very bright lights illuminated the entire interrogation room, making it difficult to open one's eyes. Qin Feng frowned slightly and said, "Don't provoke me. Put away your little tricks. I was just cooperating with the investigation, but Wang Yang came up and interrogated me without giving any attention. He even deliberately shone the light on himself, which made Qin Feng very unhappy. Open your eyes. You can't close them without my permission. This is a method of interrogation that forces the prisoner to look at bright lights. As time goes by, the prisoner's psychological defenses will collapse within an hour or two." Qin Feng looked at Wang Yang and asked, "Are you sure?" Seeing that Qin Feng was still not behaving himself, Wang Yang wanted to pull Qin Feng's hair. But Qin Feng lowered his head and raised his hand to hold the back of Wang Yang's head. Bang! Press Wang Yang's head on the table. "Asshole, you dare to attack the police. Shut the fuck up, are you worthy?" Qin Feng narrowed his eyes. After saying that, he raised his hand and tapped the back of Wang Yang's head twice. Wang Yang's eyes were wide open and his mouth had lost the ability to shout. He wanted to struggle to get up, but Qin Feng was too strong to allow him to struggle. "You like this little trick, don't you? Try it yourself." Qin Feng asked Wang Yang to face the light and let him experience it himself. Because he couldn't close his eyes, Wang Yang started to tear up in just a few seconds. 10 minutes later, the iron door opened again. Qin Feng let go of Wang Yang. "Oh, my eyes, my eyes." Wang Yang covered his eyes and sat on the ground screaming continuously. "Captain Wang, why are you here?" The person who walked in was none other than Xia Bing. Qin Feng opened his mouth and let out a wow, his glasses almost popping straight out. Because Xia Bing had changed into a police uniform, it looked really heroic on her and was very suitable for her temperament, except that the size of her chest was too big and too attractive. Wearing a police uniform, she exudes a sense of uniform temptation. "Captain Xia, this man attacked me. I need to go to the hospital now." "Qin Feng, what's going on?" Qin Feng shrugged, "I'm too lazy to explain, just go and watch the surveillance yourself." Chapter 15. It's easy to see the king of hell, but it's hard to deal with the little devils. "Captain Wang, Qin Feng is my man. It is not your turn to interfere in my affairs. Please leave immediately." "Xia Bing, that's how you talk to me? My status is higher than yours." Wang Yang shouted. To this, Xia Bing sneered and said, "I'm sorry, I'm now a special police inspector, one level higher than you." "Impossible." Wang Yang rolled his eyes and pointed at Qin Feng, "But it is true that he attacked me. Do you have to protect him after you get promoted?" "Captain Wang, you can go now." An unfriendly voice sounded. A bald middle-aged man walked in, wearing a police uniform, and you could see the badge on his chest. It turned out to be the chief inspector of police here. "What do you mean, Governor? I already know what happened. Now hurry up and apologize to Qin Feng." "Hurry up." Wang Yang was stunned for a moment. "Impossible, he attacked me." "Shut up and get out." After the middle-aged man finished scolding, he quickly came to Qin Feng and said with a smile, "Qin Feng, are you okay? Do you know me?" "I know you, the flood has washed away the Dragon King Temple. I hope you will not mind it, as you are a magnanimous person." Qin Feng looked at Wang Yang and said, "But I am narrow-minded. You can do whatever you want." This. Zhang Jihui was in a dilemma. He looked at Wang Yang again and said sternly, "Wang Yang, come here and apologize to Qin Feng in person and beg for his forgiveness." Wang Yang is not a fool. I know that even a governor general is so polite to Qin Feng. Maybe Qin Feng is really not someone that a small police chief like him can afford to offend. So I walked over reluctantly and said, "I'm sorry." Slap yourself twice and say you are wrong. Qin Feng raised the corner of his mouth. Wang Yang looked very unhappy and said angrily, "Don't go too far. There are people behind you and behind me." Par. As a result, Qin Feng didn't say anything, but raised his hand and quickly slapped Wang Yang twice. Wang Yang covered his face and stepped back, his face full of fear. You. What do you mean by you?" "These two slaps are to tell you that only by keeping your original intention in mind can you achieve your goal." Qin Feng stood up, straightened his collar, and asked, "Can I go now?" "It's all a misunderstanding. You can leave now." Zhang Jihui personally escorted Qin Feng to the door. Originally wanted to send a special car, but was rejected by Qin Feng. Before leaving, Qin Feng raised his eyebrows at Xia Bing, which made Xia Bing so angry that she stomped her feet. Uncle Zhang, who is he? Don't ask. Our small city police station can't accommodate a big Buddha like him. Baby, are you free? Let's take wedding photos today, okay? I'm in a meeting right now, so I'm busy. Qin Feng said, do you still want to get married? Not getting married won't waste my youth. Is there any meeting more important than our marriage? Let's talk about it after I'm done with my work, beep beep. This woman deserves to be punished. She dared to hang up on me. Qin Feng said to the driver, Master, Longton Group. Although Longton Group is not a top-tier enterprise, it also has its own office building. Hey, sign in. The security guard at the door said. Qin Feng was about to walk in after registering. Then the security guard said, Stop, you want to go in like this. So what do you want? You don't know the rules, right? You can get in with just one huazi. The security guard sat on the chair and rolled his eyes at Qin Feng. I see. It really is true. It's easy to see the king of hell, but it's hard to deal with little ghosts. This sentence is applicable both in officialdom and in the workplace. Bang. After punching the security guard in the face, Qin Feng asked, Do you want to smoke more? Brother, I was wrong. Please come in. Snort. Qin Feng straightened his collar and walked into Longton Group. Wow. As we enter Longton Group, Qin Feng's eyes lit up. They were all girls. Either she wears a uniform skirt or a skirt paired with a blazer and carries a work ID. There are so many beautiful girls, it is really dizzying. There is a sense of déjà vu as if a spring breeze suddenly blew and thousands of pear trees blossomed. If you don't know, you might think you have entered a country of women. Qin Feng felt it necessary to ask Murong Wanqing to arrange a position for him here. Talk to these girls more about their life ideals and guide them onto the right path in life. Qin Feng walked towards the elevator. I found that many people were queuing, so I stood there too. Hey, why are you cutting in line? Qin Feng looked back and saw a beautiful girl with puffed cheeks and a look of dissatisfaction. If you don't queue, won't you allow others to queue? I did queue, you were in front of me. The girl said angrily again, Go line up behind me, humph. Why does this sound a bit weird? No. HMPH, fuck me in the back, fuck me in the back. The girl said angrily. Qin Feng had a headache and said, I won't queue even if you ask me to. You're a hooligan. The girl finally came to her senses and blushed. It's you who made me line up in front of you and behind you, which makes it so messy. Do you want me to line up in front of you or behind you? Qin Feng asked. You are. The girl ran away madly. It's really unreasonable. After the elevator arrived, Qin Feng walked in, but the person who came in walked out again. A woman wearing a grey uniform suit and with a frosty face walked in. He also glanced at Qin Feng. A female assistant next to him said, Go out, didn't you see the Secretary General coming? Qin Feng curled his lips. Your Secretary General is in a hurry, am I not in a hurry? You? The female assistant was angry. Liu Yang opened her red lips softly, It's okay. After saying that, he walked in and stood beside Qin Feng. Qin Feng looked at the woman next to him. She was really pretty. She has slender eyebrows, almond-shaped eyes, rosy and plump lips, and is very beautiful. She clasps her arms around her chest, and her breasts are so surging that the buttons are about to burst. Paired with her uniform skirt, she looks dignified and intellectual, yet not charming or sexy. This woman is as cold and aloof as his cheap wife. Qin Feng was about to call Murong Wanqing and just took out his cell phone. The elevator suddenly jolted. The phone fell to the ground and bounced under the feet of the cool beauty. Qin Feng subconsciously wanted to pick it up, and found a mysterious place reflected on the screen of his phone. Damn it! Lace. Qin Feng's heart skipped a beat and he looked at the standing woman. I don't see anything. Does that mean you saw everything? Liu Yang's face darkened. Please, I didn't mean it. You did it on purpose. Qin Feng stood up. Why are you so unreasonable? It was you who didn't wear safety pants, why do you blame me? Just as he finished speaking, the elevator jolted again. The entire elevator began to fall downward. Before Qin Feng could react, he was hugged by a fragrant and plump body. The body is unable to respond in time. Chapter 16: An Unreasonable Woman. Don't hold me. Qin Feng wanted to break free, but in this situation, Liu Yang was like a person falling into the water, grabbing whatever she came across. Bang! The elevator stopped suddenly. The two of them fell to the ground due to inertia, and Qin Feng's hand just happened to cover Liu Yang. Asshole, take your hand away. Liu Yang's face was full of shame and anger. Qin Feng sat up and said, I didn't mean to do that. You were the one holding me. I'll settle the score with you later. Liu Yang stood up and tried to open the door. But the elevator didn't respond at all, and then she started knocking on the door. Is there anyone outside? Hello. Qin Feng said speechlessly, I have to criticize the quality of your company's elevators. But Liu Yang ignored her and continued knocking on the door, as if she was very anxious. Something was feeling more and more wrong. Why is this woman getting more and more excited? Could she be suffering from claustrophobia? Really? Liu Yang became more and more excited and shouted louder and louder. She kept banging on the elevator door, even crying, as if there was something in the elevator that scared her. Qin Feng said, I guess you can't hear it. Do you have claustrophobia? Aye. When she turned around, her face flushed and she seemed to be having difficulty breathing. The face turns from red to white, which is a typical sign of difficulty breathing. Don't scare me. Aye. Liu Yang gasped for breath and knelt on the ground. Hey, take a deep breath. In her sight, Qin Feng's outline became increasingly blurred. Qin Feng scratched his head, wondering if he didn't check the almanac before going out today. First, he was taken to the police station as a pervert on the bus, and then he was trapped in an elevator breakdown while at his wife's work. I'm so unlucky, the first thing to do is to save people. Qin Feng pinched Liu Yang's red lips to allow her to breathe. Claustrophobia is a psychological disease. Once you encounter a closed space or environment, you will unconsciously feel depressed and fearful, and your breathing will also change with the psychological changes. Then unbutton her collar. As the buttons were unbuttoned, I found it was very tight. No wonder it's hard to breathe. How can it not be uncomfortable to be so tense? Qin Feng kindly untied it. I was immediately attracted by the figure of the Secretary General in front of me. TSK. To use Qin Feng's words. This is a very bad omen. It would be strange if nothing goes wrong. Liu Yang, breathing smoothly, opened her eyes and saw Qin Feng looking at her. And she felt a coldness on her chest. I looked down and found that the collar of my shirt was unbuttoned. Qin Feng smiled and asked, Beauty, you're awake. Asshole, you. Liu Yang was unconscious and had no idea what had happened. She instinctively raised her hand and rushed towards Qin Feng. But Qin Feng dodged in time and said, Hey, I saved you, and what do you mean by this? You rascal, bastard, I'm going to fight you. Liu Yang's face was filled with shame and anger, and she pounced on him like a tigress. Fuck, if you keep making trouble I will be rude to you. This woman is also a martial artist. He then used judo, grabbed Qin Feng and started to entangle him. You're going too far. I'm angry now. Qin Feng exerted force and broke free from Liu Yang's jutsu entanglement. He clasped her hands behind her back and pushed her facing the cold wall. Her chest felt cold, and Liu Yang gritted her teeth. Asshole, let me go quickly. No way, you're being unreasonable. I'd be a fool to let you go. Liu Yang tried to struggle, but Qin Feng was very strong. Even though she was sweating profusely, she couldn't break free from Qin Feng's restraints. Next second. After the elevator is powered on, the elevator door opens. There were several female employees standing at the door, watching anxiously. Their originally worried expressions immediately turned into astonishment, as if they had disturbed someone else's good thing. At this time, Qin Feng and Liu Yang's postures were very ambiguous. If you don't know, you might think they are a couple being affectionate. Seeing this, Qin Feng quickly let go of Liu Yang and whistled, pretending nothing was wrong. Liu Yang, who was standing next to her, quickly tidied herself up, her face red as if blood was about to drip out. Before leaving, he glared at Qin Feng, as if to say, just wait for me. A few minutes later, Liu Yang walked into an office angrily. Wanqing, I'm so mad. Sister Yang, what's wrong? Is there anyone in the company who dares to bully you? The person sitting in the office was none other than himself. It was Murong Wanqing. She came over and pulled her best friend to sit on the sofa. Liu Yang said angrily, "Don't mention it, there was an asshole in the elevator just now." After listening, Murong Wanqing asked, "What's his name?" "I don't know. He was a stranger and he didn't wear his work badge. The company's system is very strict, and all employees must wear a work badge. I'm so angry. Let's stop talking. Shall we go have a drink tonight?" "Come on, don't be angry, he was trying to save you too." Liu Yang snorted and stopped thinking about what had just happened. When Liu Yang had just left, Qin Feng walked out of the corridor cursing. "It's really against the will of heaven to make me climb stairs." Finally I saw their words, "President's office." Boom boom boom. "Come in." Qin Feng pushed the door open and walked in. "Qin Feng, why are you here?" Murong Wanqing was surprised. "Wife, it's so hard to see you. I'm trapped by an elevator malfunction, and I don't have permission to take the stairs." Murong Wanqing was not surprised at all about climbing stairs. As for being trapped in the elevator, does it mean that the person trapped in the elevator with her bestie is her weird husband? Murong Wanqing asked, "Is there another person trapped in the elevator with you?" "Yeah, don't mention it. That woman is not only unreasonable, but she also blames me and says I'm a hooligan. She wrongly accuses me." Qin Feng became angrier and angrier as he thought about it, and then said, "Baby, you have to help me clear my name, and you have to commend me throughout the company, otherwise this matter will not be justified. I know everything. You go ahead and do your work. When you're done, we'll go take wedding photos. We can't delay any longer." Just as he finished speaking, the door opened and several people walked in. "Wanqing, I heard that you are hiring bodyguards recently, so I would like to introduce two people to you. This is a sloppy young man, with two burly black bodyguards who look like Shaquille O'Neal. Zhu Qinghui, who allowed you to enter my office without permission." Murong Wanqing was displeased. "Don't be like that. Bruce used to be a mercenary. He is proficient in all kinds of firearms. He is more than capable of protecting you." Chapter 17, Give us back our hard-earned money. "You don't need to take care of my business." Qin Feng said, "Baby, if you are not busy, let's go take wedding photos first." This caught Zhu Qinghui's attention. "Who are you? Are you worthy of calling Wanqing baby?" "I'm her man, what's wrong with calling her baby?" Qin Feng said. Zhu Qinghui was shocked. He looked at Murong Wanqing and asked, "Wanqing, when did you get married? How come I didn't know? Do I need to ask for your permission before I get married?" Murong Wanqing frowned slightly. Zhu Qinghui looked Qin Feng up and down again and said, "As for him, what makes him worthy of you? Whether I am worthy or not is up to you to decide." Qin Feng was speechless. He just kept a low profile, so why was he not worthy of Murong Wanqing? Whether it is Hao Jianren, Dr. Jiao or Zhu Qinghui in front of him, they all like to elevate themselves by belittling others. "Kid, you are not worthy of me, you know that. Bruce, throw this man out, quickly." "Yes." A black bodyguard named Bruce walked over with a ferocious look. Murong Wanqing said, "Stop it, don't mess with me." But Zhu Qinghui wanted to show off his ability and ignored Murong Wanqing's words. The black bodyguard, who was as tall as a small mountain, walked over and put his hand on Qin Feng's shoulder. He wanted to lift Qin Feng up with one hand. But the screen is blocked for a few seconds. Zhu Qinghui shouted angrily, "What's going on? Are you interested in this guy? Why don't you hurry up?" At this time, the black bodyguard was sweating on his face and his hands were shaking. He was filled with shock and fear that he couldn't even lift this kid up. "No, you're too bad." Qin Feng's shoulders shook, and the black bodyguard staggered back 2 steps, sitting down on the ground with a look of horror on his face. Seeing this, Zhu Qinghui cursed angrily, strode over, and kicked Qin Feng with his leg. Oh! Before Zhu Qinghui even touched Qin Feng, he was already covering his nose and backing away, screaming, "Asshole, you dare to hit me! Don't take off your pants and fart casually. Which dog eye of yours saw me take action?" Qin Feng was speechless. "Little bastard, I'm going to cripple you today, Bruce. Kill him, and I'll take responsibility." Hearing this, the black bodyguard punched Qin Feng in the face. "Careful," Murong Wanqing reminded subconsciously. Bang! The fist force spreads. An incredible scene happened before my eyes. The black bodyguard's fist, as big as a sandbag, was actually caught by Qin Feng. Please try harder. Have you not eaten yet? Zhu Qinghui cursed again, thinking that the black bodyguard was letting him off. Veins were visible on the black bodyguard's face, and his teeth were clenched, but his fist could not penetrate even a bit. Qin Feng stood up, his two sword-like eyebrows slightly frowned, and said, "Trash, kneel down." Thump. The black man was instantly on his knees, his fists were pushed down, and he had to lower his head to relieve the pain. Rubbish, you can't even beat this little thing. Zhu Qinghui walked over in disbelief and glared at Qin Feng. Boy, my father is Zhu Gang, do you dare to hit me? Are you sure? Hit me, bastard. Zhu Qinghui moved his face closer with a vicious look. Bang! Qin Feng punched Zhu Qinghui in the face. The next second, blood flowed from Zhu Qinghui's nose, and his eyes were full of stars. You really hit me. After he finished speaking, he fell straight to the ground. Qin Feng said to the black bodyguard, "Take your people and get out." Murong Wanqing didn't say anything. She was finding it increasingly difficult to understand Qin Feng. Is he really a cook who just retired? Baby, why do you want a bodyguard? Murong Wanqing replied, "It's been a bit uneasy lately, and I don't want what happened last time to happen again." That won't work. With your conditions, the bodyguards you hire are too rubbish. Let me help you. Forget it, you are very busy and don't have time to care about my life or death. Qin Feng exclaimed, "Baby, what you said is wrong. You are the daughter-in-law of the Qin family. How can I not care about your life or death? It's okay. As long as you step into my Qin family's door, I'll take care of the bodyguards. Now let's go take wedding photos, shall we?" Just as he finished speaking, the door was violently kicked open. Qin Feng had an urge to kill someone. Was God trying to stop him from taking wedding photos? A bald, middle-aged man wearing a floral shirt rushed in, grabbing a woman by the back of her neck. "Boss Mu, they." Without waiting for the female assistant to finish speaking, the bald man threw her aside. Murong Wanqing frowned. "Zhu Youcai, what do you mean?" In addition to Zhu Youcai, there was a large group of people following behind, all dressed like gangsters. More than a dozen people came in. Occupying most of the huge office, Qin Feng was squeezed into a corner. Seeing this, Murong Wanqing immediately wanted to call the company's security to come up. Bang! But Zhu Youcai was quick-witted and quickly dialed the number on the landline. "Boss Mu, we are able to come up. Your security guards are useless. Now let's talk about the construction fee. Give us back our hard-earned money. Give us back our hard-earned money." The others shouted and continued to put pressure on Murong Wanqing. No matter how calm Murong Wanqing was, this situation still made her a little panicked. "Scar, I will find a way to get the money back. Boss Mu, it's been over a month and there's still no news. You owe our migrant workers their hard-earned money. If you don't give us an explanation today, we'll destroy this company. You dare? Scar, don't think I don't know your little thoughts." Murong Wanqing's face was as cold as frost, and her pretty and cold face emanated a hint of chilliness. "HMPH, don't tell me anything else. Today I, Zhu Youcai, am here to seek justice for the migrant workers. We must see the money, otherwise how are we going to live? Give me back my hard-earned money. If you don't see the money, we will destroy the company. If you don't have money, don't blame us for being rude today. Pay back the money, pay back the money." Following the lead of a gangster, a group of people followed suit, and the office was filled with slogans demanding wages. Murong Wanqing was furious, knowing full well that someone was targeting her. But there is no way out, and now the other party is on the side with reason and evidence. Zhu Youcai smiled proudly and said, "Boss Mu, I know your company still has money. Any money you can give is a plus. If you don't have any more money, my girlfriend will break up with me. Happy breakup, I wish you happiness." Just as Zhu Youcai finished speaking, a loud cell phone ringtone rang. The entire office fell silent in an instant, and everyone heard the sudden ringing of the bell. Chapter 18. Don't doubt your man's strength. Zhu Youcai angrily yelled, "Whose phone ringtone is that?" "It's him." Everyone pointed their fingers at Qin Feng in the corner. Qin Feng looked at everyone awkwardly and said sheepishly, "Sorry, this phone doesn't work at all, it just has a loud ringtone, don't mind. You fucking. Zhu Yucai came over angrily and snatched Qin Feng's unknown brand machine. Slam it hard to the ground. Bang! The back cover, battery and mobile phone were scattered all over the floor. Qin Feng's face darkened instantly, and he said, "Hey, I didn't mean it." "What do you mean by smashing my phone? What do you mean?" "I want to smash it, so I smash it." "What can you do to me?" "Compensation, $500. I saw Qin Feng actually asking me for money." Zhu Yucai burst into laughter and suddenly kicked Qin Feng in the abdomen. Bang! As a result, Qin Feng was faster and had longer legs. Zhu Yucai was kicked away and slid 3 or 4 meters on the smooth floor. Everyone was stunned, with disbelief in their eyes. Zhu Yucai was able to become the boss with his fists, but he was kicked away by a young boy. This. Zhu Yucai's face turned the color of liver and his features were twisted. He gritted his teeth and pointed at Qin Feng, "Come on, break all his limbs for me." A group of people showed ferocious eyes. Qin Feng took a breath and said, "Are you sure you want to fight? Fists and feet have no eyes. Go ahead." With a roar from Zhu Yucai, all the thugs came forward. Murong Wanqing was shocked, but as a woman, what could she do to help Qin Feng? Oh. As a result, bursts of shrill screams were heard from the chaotic crowd. Qin Feng kept kicking with his left and right feet. Kick down the person who rushes up and the person behind him. It can be seen how strong Qin Feng is. All these people were knocked down. Fell to the ground and wailed. "TSK, it's all garbage." Qin Feng straightened his shirt and walked towards Zhu Yucai. Seeing this, Zhu Yucai's face was full of fear. He covered his stomach and ran towards the door. But Qin Feng took 2 steps and launched a flying kick. Bang! Zhu Yucai hit his head against the door and fell to the ground. "If you want to leave, you must accompany my phone." Qin Feng picked up Zhu Yucai, and everyone was stunned. This hand is a bit too strong. Zhu Yucai may not weigh 200 pounds, but he must weigh at least 150 pounds. As a result, he was lifted up with one hand, like a torn sack. Par. Par. Qin Feng first slapped Zhu Yucai twice. "Hey, pay me." "Woo woo, forget it, you're done for, I'm." Par. Par. The result was 2 more slaps. "You're still being rude to me, right? I'm here to deal with all kinds of dissatisfaction. You little bastard, my big brother is Wang Biao. If you hit me, my big brother will cut you into pieces." Qin Feng was a little impatient and raised his hand to slap him continuously. Par 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 par. The office was filled with the sound of loud slaps. No one knew how many times he was hit, but half of Zhu Yucai's face was swollen like a pig's head. Saliva mixed with blood foam kept overflowing from his mouth. "Woo woo. Stop hitting me. I'll compensate you, I'll compensate you." Zhu Yucai took out an iPhone 14 Pro Max from his pocket with difficulty. "I'll give you this one. I just bought it and used it for less than a day. Stop fighting and let me go." Qin Feng took the phone in his hand and saw that it was indeed more high-end and classy than his original one. "I was very satisfied and just threw it away." Throwing Zhu Yucai out, he looked at the others, grinned, and asked, "Who else?" Everyone shrank their necks. More than a dozen of them couldn't beat the person in front of them. Naturally, no one dared to speak now. "Get out of here, everyone. If I see you again, I will beat you up." A group of people left in a panic. Murong Wanqing breathed a sigh of relief. If Qin Feng hadn't been there, how would a woman like me deal with these people? "Baby, do you really owe their workers wages?" Qin Feng asked seriously. "No, that money was deliberately deducted by a third party. I am trying to get it back. Tell me your troubles and I will help you solve them." Qin Feng can see it now. Murong Wanqing was not delaying on purpose, she was really busy. He could probably see that there were some malignant tumas in Longton Group. If he didn't eradicate them, Murong Wanqing would probably not have the time to marry him, but he was unwilling to divorce her. The best way is to help her solve these problems. "Tell me the story, and I'll get the money back." "Are you sure? Qin Feng, do you doubt your man's ability?" "Okay, but someone has to go with you. I don't feel comfortable with you going alone." Qin Feng is the kind of person who gets into fights when he disagrees with something. Although violence can also solve problems, businessmen still believe in making money through harmony. Sister Yang, you need to go negotiate the wages for the land in the East District. I will send someone to go with you. He is my security consultant. After ending the call, Murong Wanqing said, you go with this person and protect yourself. If you can't get the money back, we'll find another way. Okay. Qin Feng made an okay gesture and walked out of the office in a cool manner. But not long after Qin Feng left, Murong Wanqing realized something. That is, there is a grudge between Qin Feng and Liu Yang. She slapped her forehead and said, how could I have forgotten about this? In the underground garage, Qin Feng saw a red BMW. The license plate number is the person who is going with you. Walked over and knocked on the glass. As the car window opened, the two of them stared at each other. It's you? Qin Feng looked at the license plate number again and confirmed that it was the one Murong Wanqing mentioned. Asshole, you are actually Mr. Mu's security consultant. Liu Yang gritted her teeth. Yes, whatever you want. Liu Yang smiled coldly, get in the car, go get the project money first. Okay. Although she said this, she was actually thinking about how to deal with Qin Feng. Neither of them said a word. We arrived outside a construction site in the East District. Before I went in, I saw a lot of people squatting at the gate of the construction site. Some people even slept directly on the floor. They were all workers on the construction site, and they all looked helpless. The construction site gate and the surrounding fences were spray painted with the words, "Give me back my hard-earned money." Qin Feng asked, how much money was deducted from them? When we took over the land, they had already deducted our funds. Construction has been suspended for half a month. A total of 500 million yuan has been deducted from us, including 50 million yuan in workers' wages. Now I understand why these workers look so helpless and miserable. Even the Longton Group cannot do anything about withholding so much funds, let alone these workers. It can also be inferred that these people on the construction side have very influential backgrounds. There is no legal or formal way to make them return the money. Chapter 19, Do you think you are the boss? As a red BMW approached the construction site gate, a group of migrant workers stood up and gathered around, some even holding construction shovels. Suddenly, a man jumped on the car window, banging on the glass, and shouted, "Are you the boss? When will you pay us? Pay us back. Break." Qin Feng said. The BMW was instantly surrounded by people. Some people were even very excited, because it would be terrible if the shovel fell down. Qin Feng, what should we do? Liu Yang was at a loss for ideas. I can't help it. They've been bullied so badly that they've become a little extreme. I'll get off the car and take a look. Qin Feng had no choice but to push the door and get out of the car. Then several people came up and shouted with red eyes, "Give us our wages, give us our wages. Please, give me some salary, my wife is still in the hospital waiting for money, please, please." As he said this, the old man was about to kneel down and kowtow. Qin Feng helped him up and said, "Don't be like this, everyone. We have already paid the money to the construction company. They withheld our money. We are here today to get it back. We don't believe it. You rich people can't believe a word you say. Return our hard-earned money. That's right. You rich people live in luxury houses and drive luxury cars. Why would you care about our lives? Pay back the money, pay back the money." Each of them had red eyes and looked hideous. Now they have been completely pushed into a corner and even have extreme impulses. They can no longer tell who is right or wrong, they just want to get their wages. Qin Feng smiled bitterly inwardly. Everything before my eyes is like a sentence from Lao Shi's Tea House. They are all ordinary people who love this country and this society, but who loves them? They work so hard just for a few $1,000s a month. But there are some people who bully them, leaving them with no way to go up to heaven or down to earth. No one is willing to speak for them, no one is willing to make decisions for them. Their purpose is simple, just to give them the wages they deserve. Everyone, be quiet. Qin Feng's words were spoken with hidden power, and his voice was not loud, but the effect was that the voice seemed to ring in their minds, calming them down. Looking at the ordinary migrant workers who were tanned, and meeting their expectant eyes, Qin Feng said, "I, Qin Feng, guarantee today that everyone will get the wages they deserve. I will definitely do what I say. Originally, Qin Feng wanted to ask everyone to make way and let them in. But looking at these poor people, Qin Feng changed his mind. Little brother, can we really get paid? Yes, no matter what background they bring up today, even if the head of state comes to back them up, they will have to pay back all their wages today. Speaking of this, Qin Feng felt a little indignant. Perhaps it was because of Qin Feng's own anger that everyone chose to believe Qin Feng in their hearts. And it was not those bosses who were dressed brightly and said all kinds of nice things before. Let us trust you once more. If you lie to us again, I will be the first one to jump off that tall building. Okay, I will give you an explanation today. Get back in the car. Liu Yang said, I never knew you had the potential to be a politician. I'm not. I mean what I say. Come in. Alas, but it's not so easy to get the wages. There is no way to get it through legal means. Liu Yan sighed. Qin Feng sneered, if they don't pay back the wages, I will beat their teeth out one by one. Liu Yang shuddered throughout her body. It seemed that he realized that Qin Feng was not joking, but really wanted the construction party to return all the project funds today. Who are you? The gate guards were a couple of thugs armed with sticks. Liu Yang was about to speak when Qin Feng interrupted, tell Zhu Youcai that the Qin Feng who beat him up is here. Qin Feng. You are Qin Feng. The gangster smiled arrogantly and asked someone to open the door. The BMW went in smoothly. Not long after. A smoke-filled office in the building. Zhu Youcai was working hard on the farm, carrying a pair of women's legs. A man wearing a gold chain was sitting on the sofa not far away, enjoying the service of a girl, making sounds of enjoyment from time to time. Brother Biao, where did you find these two great stuff? Zhu Youcai asked with a smile. Now, your brother Biao, am a member of the Qinhu gang. I have all kinds of celebrities and models. You just need to follow me and enjoy the good life. Hee, brother Biao is awesome. We will be able to walk sideways in the future too. As soon as he finished speaking, Zhu Youcai shuddered all over and hugged the woman to the sofa. A younger brother came in and said, Brother Biao, Brother Zhu, two people from Longton Group came to ask for the project payment, and one of them is Qin Feng. What? When Qin Feng was mentioned, Zhu Youcai reacted the most and said, Brother Biao, this guy was the one who beat me up. You have to take charge of this for me later. Don't worry, with my current status, who dares to say no to me? Immediately following, Qin Feng and Liu Yang walked in. When Liu Yang saw the woman in front of Wang Biao, she immediately turned her face away. Asshole. Wang Biao didn't care at all. He patted the woman's face and motioned her to get up. Qin Feng, you are such a jerk that you don't take the road to heaven and throw yourself into hell. You brought this woman with you. Could it be that you are giving her to us to make amends? As they spoke, Zhu Youcai and Wang Biao were looking at Liu Yang. Neither her appearance nor her figure can be compared to those two women. Especially her plump breasts and beautiful legs in high-quality black stockings, which are enough to attract men's attention. Zhu Youcai and Wang Biao can't wait to pounce on her. The uniform skirt and black stockings on Liu Yang were torn into pieces. Liu Yang's delicate face was sullen, her red lips slightly opened, and she said in a cold voice, take your gaze away. Oh, beautiful girl, you have a pretty bad temper, har har har. Qin Feng smiled and said, okay, let's stop talking about this. When will the project payment be paid? Construction payment. That's right, the project payment from Longton Group and the wages of the workers outside. Qin Feng lit a cigarette and continued, take it out. We can talk slowly if we have anything to say. If you don't take it out, this matter today will not end well. Wang Biao and Zhu Youcai looked at each other. Har 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 har. The two of them burst into laughter as if they had heard a huge joke. Zhu Youcai laughed so hard that his face twitched, and said, Qin Feng, do you really think you are the king of heaven? Do we have to listen to you? Brother, the project payment is easy to talk about. As long as you let the woman next to you come and serve me and make me feel comfortable, everything will be easy to talk about. Roll. If Liu Yang was not a woman, she would have rushed over and started a fight. The construction fee, the wages of the migrant workers, and your insult to my friend, will settle these three items together. Chapter 20. You are asking for salary maliciously. Come in, all of you. As Zhu Youcai shouted, a dozen thugs armed with sticks walked in from outside. They all look ferocious. Zhu Youzai said, Qin Feng, you were defeated in Longtan Group before, because it was not my territory. Now that you are in my territory, I will not allow you to act wildly, do you understand? HMPH, if you don't want to talk, then try another way. Qin Feng held a cigarette in his mouth and looked at Zhu Youzai provocatively. Mad, come on, knock him down first. Several people looked at each other, picked up sticks and hit Qin Feng. Bang! Qin Feng kicked him in the face. A man was kicked in the abdomen, and the severe pain made him pull his legs back and kneel on the ground. This was followed by 2 high kicks to the left and right to headshot. The 2 men fell to the ground instantly. These people couldn't get close to Qin Feng at all, and were kicked to the ground one by Qin Feng's left and right legs. Be careful, Liu Yang warned. A man walked around Qin Feng and swung an iron rod towards his head. Qin Feng didn't do anything, just kicked him. Bang! The sneak attacker crashed into the wall and broke several ribs. Zhu Youzai stood up, his face full of fear and trepidation. They are just a bunch of rubbish. Boy, you're pretty good, do you want to work with me? Hearing this, Qin Feng sneered, not interested. You are quite skilled, but unfortunately, this is no longer the era of fists and feet. After saying that, Wang Biao took out a revolver from the drawer. The moment Liu Yang saw the gun, her pretty face turned pale instantly, like a piece of white paper. Do you know this thing? I wonder which is faster, your fists and feet, or my bullets. Wang Biao grinned. No wonder you are so confident. It turns out you have a gun. Qin Feng smiled and wanted to walk over, but Liu Yang grabbed him and said, Are you crazy? That's a gun. Do you really think you are faster than a gun? It's still the beautiful girl who has the insight. Wang Biao said with a smile. The look he gave Liu Yang became even more unscrupulous. It seemed that Liu Yang was now standing naked in front of him, waiting for him to ravage her at any time. Qin Feng sneered and said, Then do you know that the gun is faster than 7 steps away, but the person is faster than 7 steps? That's just nonsense. Do you want to try it? You can try it. Looking at Qin Feng's smiling face, Wang Biao became determined and tried to grab Qin Feng's thigh. But his vision went dark, and when he tried to move his finger, he found that something was blocking it and he couldn't bend it. As you see clearly the person in front of you. Wang Biao unconsciously felt a chill rising from the soles of his feet. How did you get here? Humph, I said I'm fast within 7 steps. Qin Feng held the revolver. Zhu Youzai and Liu Yang were both stunned. In the words of Master Mar Baogua, what happened just now? I really don't know what happened. In the blink of an eye, Qin Feng appeared in front of Wang Biao. Bang! R. With a scream, Wang Biao sat down on the ground, falling backwards. Zhu Youzai changed in an instant. Because the revolver is already in Qin Feng's hands. Their security is gone. Qin Feng played with the revolver and asked with a smile, Do you know how to use this gun? Brother, let's talk it over. Wang Biao knelt on the ground and said in fear. Now you finally want to talk properly. Qin Feng pressed Wang Biao onto the coffee table and said, But I don't want to talk to you guys right now. Take out the project money and the workers' wages. Don't be impulsive. We can't take out the money. If you can't take it out, I will find a way to make you spit it out. Seeing Qin Feng say this, Wang Biao hurriedly said, Brother, you are asking for wages maliciously, which is illegal. Bang! I heard the words, malicious wage demand. Qin Feng was so angry that he slapped Wang Biao in the face. Shut up. Which grandson expert came up with this new term? What is malicious wage demand? Is it malicious when workers demand their wages back? Are you calling yourselves goodwill wage arrears? No, no. Qin Feng didn't buy into their tricks at all. Qin Feng looked at Zhu Youzai and kicked him on the knee. Snap. R. Zhu Youzai let out a heart-wrenching scream as he covered his broken knee. Shut up, it's too noisy. Woo woo. Zhu Youzai quickly covered his mouth, his eyes filled with tears. Give me the money, quickly. Qin Feng said. Wang Biao shook his head, Brother Qin Feng, it's really not that we don't want to take it. The money is not with me now. The money is with the Qinhu gang. Qinhu gang. The Qinhu gang is Li Hu's gang. They already had some grudges with Murong Wanqing, so it's not surprising to see their presence this time. The Qinhu Gang is one of the three major underground gangs in Jinghai City. You can't afford to offend them, and neither can the Longton Group. Wang Biao was a little proud, and said with a smile, and now I am an internal member of the Qinhu Gang. If you really want to harm me, you will be against the Qinhu Gang. Let's put the construction payment aside first, but what about the workers' wages? No. They both denied it. Qin Feng smiled faintly. Remove the remaining bullets from the revolver, leaving one bullet inside. The two looked at each other and asked, Qin Feng, what do you want to do? Have you ever played the famous roulette game? If you don't want to pay, then let's play it and see who has better luck and who has worse luck. Qin Feng looked over and asked with a smile, who will come first? Qin Feng, don't be like this, let's talk it out. You talk a lot, so you go first. Qin Feng aimed at Wang Biao's forehead and pulled the trigger decisively. Don't want. Wang Biao's face turned pale as paper, and he was terrified. But fortunately, no bullet was fired this time, and he breathed a sigh of relief. It's your turn. Qin Feng looked at Zhu Yucai. Zhu Yucai shuddered all over. Qin Feng, don't be like this, I was wrong, but I'm just a little brother, it's their decision. Crack. As Qin Feng pulled the trigger, Zhu Yucai's eyes widened and his whole body trembled. Sizzle. Several people smelled the smell of urine. Upon closer inspection, it was discovered that Zhu Yucai's crotch was wet and urine was dripping down his trouser legs. You two are in luck, keep going. The two were startled again. They can dodge one round, but the chance of being hit by a bullet in the second round is 1 in 3. We are willing to take it out, said Wang Biao. Qin Feng smiled faintly, why didn't you say it earlier? Hurry up and pay out all the withheld wages as compensation, double the amount. Double. If you don't want to, then triple it. Wang Biao said with a bitter face, Qin Feng, can this be? Then continue playing games. No, we are willing to give it, 3 times is 3 times. Hurry up. Under the coercion of Qin Feng, Wang Biao asked the finance department to start giving everyone 3 times their workload. Chapter 21. One of the two personal guards. Liu Yang asked, Qin Feng, what about the company's project payment? It's difficult to communicate with the Qinhu Gang. What's the Qinhu Gang? If we can't communicate, then we won't communicate. You're not going to force it, are you? Why not? Liu Yang was anxious and said, don't worry, the Qianlong Gang is not a gang of hooligans. Why does Wang Biao have a gun? It must have been given to him by someone from the Qinhu Gang. You can't not take the project payment, right? We have to take it, but we have to think of other ways. Not everything can be solved with violence. Qin Feng lit a cigarette and said, it's not that violence can't solve it, but that you are not strong enough. You go back to the company first, and I will go to the headquarters of the Qinhu Gang to take a look. Are you really going? Go, why not? But seeing how anxious you are you concerned about me? Liu Yan rolled her eyes at Qin Feng and said, go away. Who cares about you? Then go back and wait for news. I'll be back soon. Qin Feng waved at Wang Biao, Xiao Wang, come here. Brother Qin Feng. Take me to the headquarters of the Qinhu Gang. Hearing this, Wang Biao said without hesitation, okay, no problem. Qin Feng, are you really going? Didn't you ask? Qin Feng was speechless. Seeing Qin Feng leave, Liu Yang stomped her feet in anger and quickly called Murong Wanqing. Half an hour later, the two came to a villa in the suburbs. There are people from the Qinhu Gang all around. Walking into the villa, the entire living room has been transformed into a casino. A lot of people gathered there gambling. The air was filled with smoke and the pungent smell was very unpleasant. Brother Qin Feng, shall I take you there? Not for now. I'm going to play a few rounds here. Give me the money you have. This. Wang Biao was still reluctant to take out all his savings, 2,000 yuan. 2,000. Do you want to get out into society? Qin Feng was speechless. Who carries so much cash these days? Say that. But Wang Biao felt annoyed inside, thinking, you don't even have money to play, and you still want me to pay for it, and you think it's not enough. Qin Feng walked towards a table and looked at the rules of the game. Decisively chose a point. Little brother, is this your first time playing? A man asked. Aha, yes. The man smiled and said, You're so stupid to buy this spot on your first try. Buy from me and I'll guarantee you'll have food to eat. Need not. Buy it and leave it, drive. The man's face suddenly froze. What a surprise. None of the more than 10 people here won, but Qin Feng bought the most unlikely number and won. Come again. I won 20,000 from 2,000 and bet it all again. The man hurriedly said, Brother, why don't you stop while you're ahead? Why are you still suppressing all of this? Buy it and leave it, drive. As the dealer opened the account, I was shocked again. Qin Feng bought the right thing again. Fuck, what luck. I played 2 rounds with 2,000 yuan and it turned into 200,000 yuan in a second. Even Wang Biao was stunned. This buying point is very difficult, but the odds are very high. Qin Feng thought about it again and directly took out 200,000 to buy a number. Everyone looked at each other. I don't know whether I should buy it with Qin Feng, but what if the previous 2 times were just good luck? A few people didn't dare to buy more, so they bought very little. Buy it and leave it, drive. This time the dealer had to look at Qin Feng. I wonder if this person has X-ray vision, as he won every time he bought 3 times. Damn, 2 million. Wang Biao blurted out. How could he believe that his 2,000 yuan turned into 2 million in an instant? Everyone around was stunned and regretted why they didn't buy more. Qin Feng said, take the money and change to another place. Good. 2 million. He carried 2 large sacks on his shoulders. After turning over several venues, the total amount was 50 million. Wang Biao was sweating profusely from exhaustion and said, Brother Qin Feng, I really can't carry it anymore. That's all. No, even if you give me this money, I can't carry it away. While the two were bragging, several bodyguards in suits came over. Lined up in a row, Li Hu appeared and came towards Qin Feng. Qin Feng smiled faintly, Boss Li, I'm sorry, did I win your money? Qin Feng, you know this is my place, you came here to mess it up on purpose, right? He heard that Qin Feng had just won 50 million with only 2,000 yuan. Whether it was because of his incredible luck or Qin Feng's identity, Li Hu had to come over. Are you just here for fun? Of course not. I'm here to get back the project payment from Longchen Group. Hearing this, Li Hu looked at Wang Biao with murderous intent. Wang Biao was startled and hurriedly explained, Brother Hu, listen to my explanation. Qin Feng is not an ordinary person. Even if I have a gun, I am still no match for him. I'll settle the score with you later. Li Hu looked at Qin Feng and said, Qin Feng, aren't you a little too confident to come here alone to collect the project payment? This is your headquarters. I am no match for you. So I will try to win the project money by playing around. Qin Feng smiled faintly, could it be that as one of the 3 major gangs, Boss Li doesn't allow me to come here to play? If it were anyone else, I would welcome it, but you are walking into a trap. As Li Hu finished speaking, the people behind him cleared the area. Immediately afterwards, dozens of people walked in from outside. Each of them was a core member of the Qinhu gang and carried a gun. Qin Feng, I didn't settle the score with you last time, but you ended up coming to my place. Oh? Are you going to attack me? Qin Feng asked. Li Hu grinned, last time you ruined my godfather's birthday. He spared your life out of consideration for Mr. Murong's reputation, but as his godfather's godfather, I have to vent his anger for him. Use your head to pay for my godfather's crime. Indeed, then go ahead. HMPH, don't worry, I won't let you die in too much pain. People around raised their pistols. Qin Feng narrowed his eyes slightly with a smile. Qin Feng, you shouldn't be in Jinghai City. This city is very complicated and you can't afford to play with it. Oh? There is a city that is so powerful that even my master can't afford to play with it. The one who answered was not Qin Feng, but a voice that was gentle to the core. Da. As footsteps sounded, a graceful, sexy and elegant figure walked in from outside the villa. She had long jet black hair draped over her shoulders, a face as exquisitely carved as jade, extremely beautiful, with willow-shaped eyebrows like paintings, almond-shaped eyes and red lips, all of which embellished the exquisiteness of this woman. She is extremely tall, wearing a one-piece patent leather suit, and walking with a sexy catwalk. Her sexy figure sways naturally with every step, and her chest is high and surging, trembling slightly because of her walking, exuding a charming and amorous aura. Like a sexy succubus walking out at night, she attracted everyone's attention. Some people even swallowed their saliva secretly. Chapter 22. How am I inferior to her? She was gorgeous, with a hot body, her breasts bouncing gently as she walked. Her collar was so tight that the zipper seemed unable to withstand the pressure. As long as you use a little force, the zipper will burst open instantly, and two plump breasts will burst out of the clothes, trembling and heavy, which is really luxurious. Cool, sexy, charming, coquettish, and with a hint of danger in it. She walked in with a sexy cat step, a smile on her charming face, and looked at Qin Feng. Master, it's been such a short time since we last met, how come you've become so lame? As Su Yaorao giggled, her chest shook violently. Everyone was staring at it. I kept thinking to myself, the zipper should be opened quickly, it should be opened quickly. Qin Feng gave Su Yaorao a speechless look. This woman is still the same, she hasn't changed. Who are you? As a man of the underworld, Li Hu has experienced a lot of blood and rain. I instinctively felt a sense of crisis coming from this woman. Su Yaorao covered her mouth and smiled. I have two names. In China, you can call me Black Fox. Black Fox? I don't know him. Of course I don't know him, because those who know him are either my friends or I have killed them. Then you should know another name, the Dark Angel. Li Hu's pupils gradually dilated. His expression changed from surprise, to disbelief, and finally to shock. Dark Angel, top 10 killers, SS level, impossible. If you are Dark Angel, you can't recognize Qin Feng as your master. But as soon as Li Hu finished speaking, he couldn't help but tremble all over. How powerful is it that a person can choose to surrender to even an SS level killer? Qin Feng, who are you? Li Hu asked. Qin Feng. Qin Feng said calmly. The master is indeed Qin Feng, but you are not qualified to know his name. Su Yaorao said with a smile. Li Hu still didn't believe that the enchanting woman in front of him was the famous Dark Angel. No matter who you are, you will die today. Master, kill. Su Yaorao looked at Qin Feng. Forget it, just kill him. Qin Feng waved his hand. Shot. Li Hu roared. Everyone started pulling the trigger and the bullets flew towards Qin Feng. Su Yaorao also moved, as fast as lightning. I don't know when a black gold dagger appeared in her hand, spinning in her slender hand. Ding ding ding. Fire flew everywhere. He actually used a dagger to deflect all the bullets. Wang Biao was already so frightened that he squatted on the ground with his head in his hands, and only Qin Feng was smoking leisurely. Even when he was shooting, he was not at all panicked when facing the bullet. Su Yaorao raised the corner of her mouth, held the dagger and faced everyone, revealing a beautiful smile. How many seconds? 20 people, give you 10 seconds. Okay. Su Yarao's figure flashed. Like black lightning, it pounced forward at a speed that was difficult to capture with the naked eye. Oh. For a moment, the whole place was filled with screams. Blood splattered everywhere, staining the entire living room red. 3, 2, 1. Su Yaorao put a dagger against Li Hu's neck. Kill or not? Keep it, I haven't got something yet. Qin Feng said. Li Hu's throat was bulging. He tilted his head back and could feel the coolness of the dagger on his throat. All his people were dead. 20 people were killed by the woman in front of them in just 10 seconds. Kill 2 people in 1 second. Her terrifying strength has proven that she is the dreaded Dark Angel. Qin Feng, if you have any requests, just let me know. I will definitely help you do what I can. Take out the project funds from Longton Group. I'll give it to you. Li Hu took out a current check, wrote down the number and gave it to Qin Feng. Qin Feng, I am blind and I admit defeat. Please spare my life. Honestly, I don't intend to kill you. To me, you are just a bunch of children fighting each other. I know I was wrong. As long as you don't mind, I, Li Hu, am willing to serve you and obey you. I will go through fire and water without hesitation. Qin Feng became interested and asked with a smile, really? Really? Qin Feng will spend the last 6 months in Jinghai City. It is inevitable to cause some trouble. Some people are killed, while some people are more valuable than being killed. After all, it is one of the 3 major forces in Jinghai City, so it is quite useful. Remember, I can let you go or I can kill you. I understand. I am convinced. Li Hu then knelt on one knee, bowed his head and said, Master. Oh, dear brother, if he calls you master, doesn't that mean he is on the same level as me? I don't want that, I don't want that. The dignified dark angel took Qin Feng's hand and started to act coquettishly. Qin Feng scratched his head and said to Li Hu, just call me by my name. Good. Let's go, let's go. Qin Feng walked out, and Su Yao Rao went up to him and took his arm. Why are you here? I miss you. Su Yao Rao is indeed the king of killers in the dark world, the dark angel. However, after being conquered by Qin Feng, he chose to serve Qin Feng as his master and became one of Qin Feng's two confidants, the Black Fox. The one in charge of financial power is Yi Qinglan, codenamed Firefox. Inside the car, Su Yao Rao was so angry that she threw her phone aside. Humph, this woman's face is just a little prettier than mine. My breasts and butt are bigger than hers, and she can also give birth to a child. Why should I choose her? It's the orders of our elders and the words of our parents. There's nothing we can do about it. Su Yao Rao crossed her arms over her chest and puffed out her cheeks. Humph, I worked hard to grow up for you, and now I have an F, while that person is at most an E. Hearing this, Qin Feng took a look at the surging waves on Su Yarao's chest. There is no doubt about this. She is indeed older than Murong Wanqing, and her figure is very good due to years of exercise. She is a sexy beauty with natural charm. Don't be angry, you know my situation. Humph, if you can't survive in a year, then I don't want to live either. Qin Feng said, don't mess around. You and Qinglan are only 27 or 28 years old. You have a lot of good days ahead of you. Don't mess around. Alas, without you, what good is it for me to own this world? To this, Qin Feng could only say sorry in his heart. Who doesn't he want to hug left and right? Who doesn't he want to lie drunkenly on the lap of a beauty? But since I don't have that fate, there's no need to cause them too much harm. Back to Longtan Group. Su Yao Rao went to find Yi Qinglan. With her SS-level strength and killer qualities, she has no problem protecting Murong Wanqing. But Su Yarao's character is not that of a good and obedient person. It's good enough that she doesn't have to fight with Murong Wanqing, but she doesn't dare to ask her to protect Murong Wanqing. Haven't walked in yet. Several cars drove out. Leading the group was Murong Wanqing's private car, the customized Rolls-Royce. Wanqing, Qin Feng. Liu Yan pointed outside the car window. I saw Qin Feng looking at this side. Parking. As the car stopped, Qin Feng walked over and asked, where are you going? Qin Feng, didn't you go to the Qinhu gang's place? How did you come back safely? Liu Yan was very puzzled. Look at what you said. I will come back naturally after I get the project payment. Let's talk about it when we get back. Chapter 23. We are from the Northern Military. In the office, Qin Feng took out a crumpled check and said, now that we've received the project payment, can we take wedding photos now? How did you get it? She tried every possible way to get the project payment, but to no avail. In the end, it was really taken back by Qin Feng. There's nothing I can do about it. I just have this charm as your man. Qin Feng said. Wait, what are you talking about? Liu Yan came over and asked in confusion, wedding photos? Men? What is your relationship? Murong Wanqing realized that she couldn't hide it anymore, so she said, Sister Yang, Qin Feng and I have already obtained our marriage certificate. Our? Liu Yang screamed in an unbelievable manner. The big eyes blinked, looked at the two of them, and pointed again, are you married? Qin Feng, how old are you? I'm 22. Liu Yang's face darkened. Wanqing is 23, and not only are you getting married, you are also having an older sister-younger brother relationship. No, I need to digest this news. Murong Wanqing said, Qin Feng, you go back first, we will go take wedding photos tomorrow morning. Okay. Send Qin Feng away. Murong Wanqing looked at her best friend and said, Sister Yang, is it necessary to be so surprised? Wanqing, I thought you didn't like men, and even if I might get married in the future, you might not get married. But you? How should I put it? Let me explain it to you. Murong Wanqing had nothing to hide from Liu Yang. I see. That's why I was wondering how it could be so fast. Liu Yang held Murong Wanqing's hand and continued, but seriously, will Qin Feng agree to a divorce by then? I don't know, but I think Qin Feng will. He was the one who proposed half a year. I can sense that Qin Feng has no other thoughts about me. Qin Feng won't be interested in you. You're just bragging, sister. I'm drooling at your looks and figure. Could it be that Qin Feng doesn't like girls? Murong Wan gave her best friend a look and said, I don't know, but I didn't feel any disgust in Qin Feng's eyes. Maybe he just treats me as a good brother. This made Liu Yang even more certain that she and Qin Feng were trapped in the elevator. I can't say that I can compare with Murong Wanqing, but I am still a top beauty. Qin Feng was indifferent to such a good opportunity. How could a normal man be so serious? But, seriously, is it worth it to bear the reputation of a second marriage just to shut up my parents? Murong Wanqing sighed and said, I also felt that I was too impulsive before, but after getting to know Qin Feng, I found that he is not completely useless, and I couldn't see through him. Hearing this, Liu Yang also told Qin Feng about what happened at the construction site today. He is so young and seems out of touch, but he is very calm in the face of danger. This is definitely not the courage a man in his early 20s can possess. Liu Yang's eyes lit up. Sister, I think Qin Feng is not simple. It is necessary to test his background and see what secrets he hides in his heart. That's not necessary. Everyone has secrets. It is necessary. Leave this matter to me. Little did she know that it was because of this curiosity that Liu Yang's destiny changed. Knock, knock, knock. Come in. The female assistant came in and said anxiously, Boss Mu, Li Hu is downstairs. What is he doing here? I don't know. He came alone with 2 boxes of gifts. He said he came to apologize to you and hoped to get your forgiveness. Hearing this, Murong Wanqing and Liu Yang looked at each other, full of confusion. In the urban village, Qin Feng came to the butcher shop and said, Master, have you left any pig intestines for me? You know I like them. Don't worry, little brother. I'll keep it for you. A bundle of white large intestines was taken out and handed to Qin Feng. Qin Feng was very satisfied with this and said, Master, I'm getting married, and the meat for the banquet will come from you. Brother, are you getting married? I am not a kid anymore, and I want to spend my days hugging my wife. No problem. Seeing Qin Feng was about to leave, the old chef rubbed his hands and said with a smile, Brother, this large intestine is 30 yuan. Talking to me about money hurts our feelings. Besides, have you paid the rent this month? My dear brother, I'm sorry, I hurt your feelings. Consider this large intestine as my gift to you. Sensible. Qin Feng walked to a fortune-telling stall. In front of me was an old man wearing small black glasses, a melon-shaped hat and a long gown. There was a piece of canvas hanging next to it with the words, Divine Calculation, written on it. Young man, what a rare visitor. Old blind man, I'm getting married in the next 2 days, calculate the date for me. The old blind man laughed and said, Yes, you are the only one left in the Qin family. You should get married and continue the Qin family's bloodline. The old guys on this street are still alive and I guarantee that they will raise your offspring well. Don't talk about this, just do the math. The old blind man counted on his fingers, 3 days later. Okay. Wait until Qin Feng leaves. The old blind man covered his mouth and coughed twice, blood oozing from the corner of his mouth. Alas, God is jealous, the emperor's appearance, but a short life. Is the Qin family really going to be extinct? Qin Feng pushed open the door of the courtyard. A cold gun was pressed against Qin Feng's temple. Don't move. Qin Feng stopped and saw a short-haired woman in a military black uniform standing in the yard. She had a haughty look in her eyes and her hands behind her back. As for Qin Feng, there were 2 people standing on each side. Qin Feng, come with us. Who are you? If you let me go, I will lose face. The woman smiled indifferently. If you don't leave, I don't suggest breaking both of your legs and then taking you away. Hearing this, Qin Feng smiled and said, Interesting. Let me tell you something. I hate it most when someone points a gun at me. After saying that, his body flashed back. He raised his hand, grabbed the man's wrist and twisted it. R. Qin Feng moved quickly, followed by a side kick. He kicked the other one hard and hit him against a pillar. Qin Feng, are you looking for death? You even dare to hit people from the military, the short-haired woman said angrily. From what you said, people in the military are great. The short-haired woman said coldly, I might as well tell you that I am from the Northern Military Department, and I am the adjutant of the Northern God of War. When she said this, the woman's face was full of pride and honor. Qin Feng nodded, so that's it, it came from that woman's subordinates. That's good to know. Now kneel down and be tied up. Qin Feng walked over and looked at the short-haired woman. Bang! Suddenly he was slapped and fell to the ground. The force was so strong that the woman's face was swelling at a speed visible to the naked eye. You dare to hit me? Qin Feng looked down from above and said, Woman, you are just a small adjutant and you dare to be so arrogant. I don't mind taking care of you on behalf of Feng Wang. How dare you address the Lord God of War by his name? Qin Feng shouted outside, Master. The butcher came running in wearing a leather apron. What's the matter, young man? Hang the three of them in your butcher's shop. Chapter 24 Shen Yuan Phoenix. Okay. The butcher was very tough and threw the two unconscious people out. Then he came to the short-haired woman and reached out to grab her. Take your dirty hands off me. Bang. As a result, the butcher slapped the short-haired woman in the face and said, Shut up, you little bitch. How dare you be so arrogant? The short-haired woman was completely stunned. She is the adjutant of the God of War and is respected by countless people. But coming here, I was slapped in the face by two small people in a row. In the butcher's shop there was a beam for hanging pork and some hooks. The chef hung the three people on it like hanging pork. Neighbors passing by all pointed and talked. Assholes, put me down. What are you looking at, you unruly people? The short-haired woman said angrily. How dare you yell? The butcher took off his socks. The smell was instantly overpowering, and the neighbors who were watching the scene all stepped back, holding their noses. Master, how long have you not changed your socks? Hey, maybe a week or so. The butcher smiled innocently and looked at the short-haired woman. What are you doing? Don't bring your dirty thing near me. Open your mouth, little bitch. A punch hit the short-haired woman in the abdomen. The pain made her open her mouth subconsciously, and the chef quickly stuffed the smelly socks in. Woo-woo. The short-haired woman took a breath subconsciously. The pungent smell instantly hit his brain, his eyes rolled back and he fainted. The smell of these socks can make people faint instantly, which is comparable to biological weapons. An hour later, Qin Feng heard noisy sounds outside. Why? He sighed and walked out. Sure enough, several jeeps drove in and several bodyguards in suits got out. The butcher came over with a butcher knife in hand and asked quietly, Young man, who are these people? Northern Military Headquarters. What? The Northern Military. Hearing this, the butcher's face changed. Oh, the military is here. A fat woman yelled at the top of her lungs. The faces of the people around also changed, and they immediately scattered, closing their doors and windows, trying to avoid it. In a few seconds, the street was empty. Some dogs were still wandering around, but were kicked into their homes by their owners and the doors were locked. It was an empty street, no one was there. Woo! When the short-haired woman saw her master coming, she shouted for help. A car door opened and a pair of slender legs wearing patent leather over the knee-high heeled boots stepped out. Then a woman with short hair got off the bus. She had a cool and arrogant face, deep eyes, a delicate nose, and sexy rosy lips. She was wearing a black-waisted windbreaker and black leather shorts that covered her round and plump buttocks. She had a tall, sexy and graceful figure, with a towering, round and full chest that looked arrogant and imposing. Although he was not wearing a military uniform, he exuded a fierce temperament. If someone recognized the peerless woman in front of them, they would definitely be horrified. One of the 5 great war gods of Dashir Kingdom, and the only female. The northern god of war, Dark Phoenix. Qin Feng stared at him for a while. Shen Yuan Feng Wang smiled and said crisply, Qin Feng, long time no see. I hope not. Qin Feng shrugged. Shen Yuan Feng Wang said, put them down. Wait a minute, I didn't say let them go. Do you need to argue with them? Qin Feng lit a cigarette and said, I am Qin Feng now. I am very tolerant. They have offended me and they deserve some punishment. The smelly socks were taken out of the short-haired woman's mouth, and she said, Qin Feng, the one standing in front of you is the dignified god of war of the north, don't be so arrogant. So much nonsense. Qin Feng said angrily, come out, old chef, and shut her mouth. At this time, the butcher came out timidly. Seeing that Qin Feng supported him, he immediately became extremely proud. Par. Par. He slapped the short-haired woman twice again. Lord God of War, woo-woo. The butcher stuffed the smelly socks back into his pocket. Qin Feng, that's enough. Shenyuan Feng Wang frowned and continued, if my people offend you, they are still my people, and I will be the one to punish and deal with them. Shenyuan Feng Wang felt a little embarrassed that his own people were dealt with by others. Qin Feng smiled faintly, no, you are in the same group, who knows if you will teach her a lesson when you go back. You are still the same. You haven't changed. I have changed. Now I am just the petty Qin Feng. Shenyuan Feng Wang said, no, you just changed your identity, your robe character has not changed at all. Please ask me to come in and sit down, so I can talk to you. Sorry, the temple is too small to accommodate you, so you don't need to go in. You really don't give me any face at all. What's the big deal about face? Qin Feng waved his hand. Shenyuan Feng Wang's delicate face gradually turned cold, and she said, I came here to talk to you out of kindness, are you going to go against me? Just do what's right. You came here just for that thing. Shut up and don't mention that. Shenyuan Feng Wang gritted her teeth. Qin Feng laughed, it's been a long time, and you still care about it. In fact, if you didn't say it, I almost forgot about it. If I sell it on the black market, will I make another fortune? Qin Feng, are you looking for death? Shenyuan Phoenix was completely enraged, and the temperature around it began to drop sharply. The feud between the two happened 2 years ago. Shenyuan Feng Wang can be said to be a favored daughter of heaven, a natural battle maniac and extremely talented. At the age of 20, he defeated the previous god of war and took up the position of the current god of war in the north. Among the young elites in the military of the Great Xie Kingdom, she is undoubtedly the number one. But with the appearance of Qin Feng, he is not only younger than her, but also has made greater contributions than her. Shenyuan Feng Wang was not convinced, so he started a fight with Qin Feng. She lost. In the end, she was taken away by Qin Fengshun while she was still wearing her underwear. What Qin Feng said at that time was that he would keep these underwear as a souvenir. The grudge began. Shenyuan Feng Wang is determined to defeat Qin Feng and take back his underwear. Only then did we find Jinghai City. Now Qin Feng brought up her underwear again, which completely angered this arrogant woman. Qin Feng, I'm going to defeat you now. As the Shenyuan Phoenix's aura opened up, a gust of wind spread. Hey, the Shenyuan family is bullying people like this, do you really think there is no one in the Qin family? An old voice sounded. An old man in a melon-shaped hat and a long gown walked down the street. He was wearing a pair of small glasses and was smiling. It was the old blind man from the urban village. Who are you? Shenyuan Feng Wang asked. I can't remember my name. People on the street call me Blind Chen. Shenyuan Feng Wang thought for a moment, her eyebrows knitted together slightly. You are Blind Chen, the Blind Chen who slaughtered 10 Western paladins with a single sail. Exactly. Well, if the blind don't pretend anymore, I won't pretend either. The butcher took out a butcher knife made of black gold and placed it on the chopping board. Chapter 25, A Wedding Invitation Sends the World into an Uproar. Shenyuan Feng Wang's pupils shrank, and he said in surprise, are you a butcher? The butcher is also a well-known figure. Once, one man killed a group of Western mercenaries with a single sword. He killed tens of thousands of people and was named the butcher. This butcher knife has frightened countless people. Shenyuan Feng Wang frowned and looked at Qin Feng again. He didn't expect that two big figures lived in this inconspicuous village in the city. Whether it is Blind Chen or the butcher, they are both classified as SSS-level dangerous persons. Girl, I just want to live a simple life now. If you break this peace and hurt me, I, Blind Chen, can still keep all of you here. That's right. The butcher also showed murderous intent. Shenyuan Feng Wang looked at Qin Feng and asked, give me a reason why you chose to fake your death and retire. It's boring now. I want to live a quiet life. That reason doesn't convince me. Qin Feng shrugged, then what reason do you need? Qin Feng, what's your reason? It's very simple. I want to get married and have children to respond to the country's call. I want to have a third child after getting married and continue to contribute to our country. Xianyuan Feng Wang was completely speechless. Did Qin Feng retire just to get married and have children? With your merit and honor, what life can't you have? There's not so many reasons. You're not going to have a child with me, so you don't know. Qin Feng waved his hand. Xianyuan Phoenix clenched her teeth and clenched her fists. However, at this time, a Maserati President luxury car drove over. After getting off the car, Murong Wanqing looked at the situation in front of her in confusion. Qin Feng, what's going on? Qin Feng said, nothing, baby, are you off work? Well, who is she? Murong Wanqing looked towards Xianyuan Feng Wang. Both women are extremely beautiful and it is difficult to tell who is better. It's okay. My former comrade in the army heard that I was getting married, so he came to see me. Really? Murong Wanqing reached out and pinched Qin Feng's waist. Qin Feng grimaced in pain. Murong Wanqing was very confident about her figure and appearance, but when she saw Xianyuan Feng Wang, she felt a slight sense of crisis. She would never believe what Qin Feng said about comrades. But as Qin Feng's legal wife, should I be inferior to Xianyuan Feng Wang? So he walked over generously and extended his hand. Hello, my name is Murong Wanqing, Qin Feng's wife. Hello, Xianyuan Phoenix. Both women are over 1.7 meters tall, and with 10 centimeter high heels, they are both 1.8 meters tall. Standing together, it's hard to tell apart. It seemed calm, but their proud and plump breasts were about to collide with each other. Qin Feng, he's actually your comrade in arms, why don't you invite him in and have a seat? Qin Feng scratched his head. No need, I just came to see my former comrades, I'm leaving now. Xianyuan Phoenix turned and left. Phoenix, my wedding is in 3 days, remember to come, or I won't send you a wedding invitation. After Qin Feng finished speaking, he waved to the butcher. Return the 3 people to Xianyuan Feng Wang. Everyone, go and do your own thing. Qin Feng waved his hand, signaling everyone to disperse. Baby, you're back early. The other side. The short-haired woman said indignantly, Sir, are you going to let Qin Feng go just like this? Zhu Qian, you are too impulsive. Aye, but he is just a small civilian. Shut up. Xianyuan Feng Wang was angry and asked, do you know who he is? Isn't he just a small landlord? You are wrong. You are lucky that he didn't kill you. His true identity is the leader of the 5 great war gods. As soon as these words came out, Zhu Qian's face turned pale instantly. Didn't Lord Dragon Emperor sacrifice himself? Zhu Qian said. Humph, although I don't know why, he is indeed still alive. But Zhu Qian thought about it and felt dissatisfied. Even though he is the leader of the gods of war, he can't kill anyone he wants. You think too little of him. He doesn't even care about the position of god of war. He also has his own organization abroad, Xiao. Our organization. Well, since he didn't kill you, he has given enough face to us in the north. Xianyuan Feng Wang said, this information belongs to the SSS level top secret files. You are qualified to know it and cannot disclose it. Yes, I dare not. Under the cover of night. There are tall buildings all around with bright lights and nightlife. Only the urban villages appear quiet and peaceful. Baby, how many points do we need for our wedding invitations? Qin Feng looked at the table full of wedding invitations, not knowing who to invite. Casual. Murong Wanqing sat on the sofa with her arms folded across her chest, watching the financial TV seriously. After all, you are a celebrity in Jinghai City. Let's send a copy to all the important people in Jinghai City. Qin Feng took the brush, dipped it in ink and started writing. Looking at Qin Feng's serious expression, Murong Wanqing frowned slightly. Can you write? It's okay, as long as you can recognize it. Hearing such irresponsible words, Murong Wanqing walked over. It can be found that Qin Feng's calligraphy is very good. Every stroke is vigorous and powerful. Graceful as a swimming dragon and elegant as a startled swan. If you don't know, you might think it was written by some calligraphy master. Qin Feng looked at Murong Wanqing and asked, should we have a Chinese wedding or a Western wedding? Western style, right? Nowadays, all weddings are Western style. No, I prefer Chinese weddings. Murong Wanqing said, that's fine. Their wedding will be held at the hotel. I will contact them to take charge of the contract. No, I decided to hold the wedding here. Hearing this, Murong Wanqing was speechless. Qin Feng, this is not appropriate, right? What's inappropriate? The guest should follow the host's wishes. You. Qin Feng chuckled, no way, I'd just like to keep it simple. Whatever you want. After it is done, have someone distribute it. The next day. In the deepest part of a prison far away in a foreign country. Douglas, don't sleep. Lord Long is getting married, said an old Western man. A strong black man, with explosive muscles all over his body, suddenly turned over. Real. Look. The old man handed over the marriage certificate. Douglas touched his bald head and said, let's go to attend Lord Long's wedding. Just walk to the door and kick it. The alloy iron door, which was 20 centimeters thick, was shattered into pieces. Bang! The prison guards outside were startled. Some foreign organizations, royal families, and large families were alarmed. At the same time, in the territory of Daxia, there is a place called Dragon Cave. It's like a prison full of thousands of monkeys. Oh! Excited shouts continue to be heard from various cells. Bang bang bang. The doors of several cells in the deepest part were violently kicked open. One by one, tough men came out. The prison guards didn't dare to speak at all. Unexpectedly, a wedding invitation would cause an uproar in the entire prison. Chapter 26, Get Married. At the same time, inside a manor in the capital, a few old guys were fishing and chatting and laughing. An assistant walked over and said anxiously, Mr. Tang, something terrible has happened. There have been riots in the 5 major prisons. What's going on? I don't know. Everything was fine. After they received a wedding invitation, they broke out of the prison, stole the prison car, and headed towards Jinghai City. Jinghai City, damn. When he heard the word Jinghai City, Mr. Tang immediately thought of Qin Feng. He was the supreme commander, and it was he who signed Qin Feng's retirement application. Who are the people who escaped from prison? They are Crazy Blade, Saber-Tooth Tiger, and Black Wolf from the Western Territory Dragon Cave. The Black Widow and the Flower Monk in the Wolf's Den prison in the south. The Viper of the Northern Deep Sea prison, Yaju Ito. The Knife Seller on credit and Gongshu Cho from the Black prison in the East Territory. Bang! Elder Tang threw their fishing rod fiercely and said, this is outrageous. Do you really think that we can't suppress them if that guy is not here? Mr. Tang, what should we do now? Did I receive a wedding invitation? The assistant thought for a moment awkwardly and said, there is no wedding invitation for you. Damn it. This guy didn't even invite me. After all, I was his former boss. After thinking for a while, Mr. Tang said, go, prepare a gift for me. I'm going to Jinghai City. Good. Jinghai City. Uncle Shu threw their wedding invitation into the trash can. Notify all the families in Jinghai City that if anyone dares to attend Murong Wanqing's wedding, they are against me, Shu-san. Yes. 3 days passed in a blink of an eye. Master, you guys go move the table quickly. And the rest of you, go wash the vegetables. Qin Feng kept giving orders and was very busy. A beautiful woman in a red cheongsam walked in, twisting her slender waist, waving her hairpin and saying, hey, little brother, today is your wedding day, why don't you dress up? Auntie Hong, you are finally here, hurry up and dress me up. No problem. Soon. Qin Feng put on the groom's attire, wearing a hat and a big red flower on his chest. Young man, you are full of energy and vigor. The old chef gave a thumbs up and flattered him. Go, where is the Fergener horse you bought? Hurry and bring it here. Let's go and welcome the bride. Okay. The chef quickly went to fetch a horse. The moment he saw this horse, Qin Feng's face instantly turned dark. Son. This is not a Fergener horse at all. It looks and sounds like a mule. Master, is this the tall and mighty Arabian horse you were looking for? This. Brother, this is indeed not the one, but its father is a Fergener horse, it is really hard to find it. Roll. Qin Feng wanted to hit someone. But the time was almost up, so we had to drive. Murong family villa. In the room. The servants were also busy cleaning up. Murong Wanqing was wearing a bright red Chinese wedding dress, and several makeup artists were doing her makeup. Wanqing, you are so beautiful today. Liu Yang was wearing a white bridesmaid dress. Well, maybe. Normally, Murong Wanqing looks stunning even without makeup. Now with a little makeup, she looks more charming. She couldn't say she was happy or sad at the moment. After all, this is the path she chose. Crackling. There was a loud sound of firecrackers outside. Liu Yang said, "Qin Feng and the others are here." She waved her hand and shouted to the other bridesmaids, "Sisters, block the door." At the door, Qin Feng and others saw several tables in front of them. It was filled with wine glasses. "Qin Feng, if you want to come in and take the bride away, drink the wine," Liu Yang said. "Okay, chef." The chef came up with a smile and drank cup after cup. Of course, Qin Feng also had a drink himself. Liu Yang looked at him with a skeptical look. She didn't expect that the person Qin Feng was looking for could drink so much. These are all adulterated wines with high alcohol content. After drinking it all, there was still about 4 or 5 pounds, but the butcher remained calm. Smoothly flows into the living room. Met Mr. Murong and Mr. and Mrs. Murong Dayuan. "Master, I'm here to welcome the bride." "Okay, go ahead." Mr. Murong's eyes were filled with reluctance, and there were even tears flashing in his eyes. "Enter the room." I saw Murong Wanqing sitting on the bed in a gorgeous Chinese wedding dress. Wearing a red veil, Liu Yang and others stood beside her. Qin Feng curiously wanted to lift the red veil. Bang! But Liu Yang broke it off and said, "You can't open it. You have to complete all the ceremonies and send it to the bridal chamber first." "I'm just curious." After a lot of trouble, Murong Wanqing was finally brought back. Some guests have already arrived. When worshipping heaven and earth, everyone was silent. Murong Wanqing at least has a grandfather and a father who love her. But there was no one in Qin Feng's parents' seat. There is really no one left in the Qin family. Finally, the ceremony of worshipping heaven and earth is completed. Half an hour later, Murong Wanqing changed into loose clothes and asked, "How many guests are here?" "We don't have many people here. The ones who came are small companies that cooperate with us. No big companies came. I'm worried that someone might be targeting you on purpose. Let's go check it out first." Really? Most of the guests in the yard were from Qin Feng's side. "Qin Feng, are all your guests here?" "Not yet, probably on the way." Qin Feng asked back, "Where are your family members? Where are your partners?" In response, Murong Wanqing smiled bitterly. "It's okay, they will come. Let's go and greet the guests at the door." As soon as I reached the door, I saw 2 middle-aged men approaching. Murong Wanqing's eyes lit up, and she asked in a low voice, "You even invited the mayor of Jinghai City and the chief inspector of the police station?" "Because the 2 of them are the mayors of Jinghai City, Li Honghua and Zhang Jiwei." "Brother Qin Feng, we come here uninvited, please forgive us," Zhang Jiwei said. "You're welcome. You're welcome. Please come in." Murong Wanqing was a little surprised. They came uninvited, and that's why. She was sure that she was not qualified to have these 2 political leaders of Jinghai City come uninvited. Immediately afterwards, Yi Qinglan and Su Yaorio appeared. 2 people, one in a red dress and the other in a black dress, walked towards them slowly. Yi Qinglan smiled slightly and said, "Congratulations to Mr. Qin and President Mu on their happy union." You're welcome, please come in." Not long after, 2 people came over again. Foreign faces, a strong black man and a little white old man. "Oh, congratulations, brother, for marrying such a beautiful wife." "It's okay, you guys go in." Murong Wanqing asked in surprise, "Qin Feng, I remember seeing that short old man in foreign reports. Isn't he the leader of the largest arms dealer in the Middle East?" "You must have seen it wrong. They are my friends abroad." Seeing Qin Feng's guilty look, Murong Wanqing was sure that the short old man must be the leader of the biggest arms dealer. Chapter 27, Get Married. Part 2. Then a taxi drove up. 3 men came down from above, wearing suits, and either had bald heads or short hair. A short guy who is only 1.6 meters tall, a fat guy, and a tall and thin guy. 100 per person, that's too much, use it to buy medicine. The short guy threw 300 yuan to the driver, then straightened his collar and looked over here. "Old Qin." Qin Feng smiled and looked at the 3 people, I sent you an invitation, and you really came. It's a must. The short man raised his eyebrows. Then he looked at Murong Wanqing and said, Wow, Lao Qin, you are so lucky to have such a beautiful wife. I'm so envious. Of course, you guys should get married soon, so I can still catch up and drink some wedding wine. It's difficult. We don't even know which mother-in-law's belly our wife is in. Hearing this, several people laughed loudly and unrestrainedly. You three are here quite early. A female voice sounded. I saw Shen Yuan Feng Huang walking towards me wearing casual clothes and holding a gift. Phoenix? You're here too, so now we have all 5 of us. Qin Feng, congratulations. Qin Feng said, I am glad to hear that. You can go in. The 4 of them walked in together, and when the guests in the yard saw them, they all stood up subconsciously. Look at the 4 people. Zhang Zhihui sighed and said, the only one who can bring these 4 people together is Qin Feng. Even if you haven't seen these 4 people, you have heard of them. The 4 great war gods of the Great Xie Kingdom, except Qin Feng, are in charge of the 4 major military departments, guarding the borders, protecting the country and the people. Qin Feng, are these 3 your comrades? Yes, the short one is Long Zhanqian, the tall one is Jiao Qiong, and the fat one is Dong Fangheng. Murong Wanqing's eyelids jumped. Dong Fangheng, the war god of the Eastern Territory who guards the border. It seems so. Then the other 2 people will not be. Qin Feng nodded. Yes, the short one is from the Western border military, and the tall one is from the southern border. I didn't brag to you at the beginning. Their god of war also eats the food I cook and has a close relationship with me. Murong Wanqing found it difficult to accept this amount of information for a while. The 4 great war gods came to attend his wedding? This is something I never dared to imagine. It is considered good enough to be able to hire an assistant to the mayor. Finally, the chairman of Black Gold Group came. The mayor of Jinghai City and the chief inspector of the police station have arrived. The 4 great war gods are here too. The largest arms dealer in the Middle East is here too. I dare not imagine who else Qin Feng invited. Soon after, another group of people in suits appeared, each of them smoking a cigarette and looking nonchalant. There were men and women, and they all grinned when they saw Qin Feng. Congratulations, bro. After the wedding, each of you should go back and continue to reform and become a new person, understand? No problem. Needless to say, these people are all tough guys who escaped from the 5 major prisons of Daxia Kingdom to attend the wedding. Qin Feng, who are they? Liu Yang asked curiously. Too many. It seems that some of the prisoners in the prison have eaten my food. Prison inmates. People serving sentences come out to attend your wedding. Liu Yang felt like she was going to faint. Murong Wanqing was also surprised. Don't worry, they are very obedient. After the wedding banquet, they will go back to continue serving their sentences. Qin Feng waved his hand indifferently. If prisoners can come and go freely in prison, can ordinary people do the same? Then another woman with a Western face appeared. She had blonde hair and blue eyes, and walked over in a white dress, like the Western goddess Venus. Seeing this woman, Qin Feng smiled awkwardly. Liu Yang, who was standing next to Murong Wanqing, opened her mouth into an O shape. International superstar, Christine. Hearing this, Murong Wanqing also recognized this person. Christine comes from an ancient Western family, one of the top 5 largest families in the world. Qin, congratulations. Compared to the awkward Chinese of the previous few Western faces, Christine's Chinese is very fluent. Why are you here? I am here to present you with a gift on behalf of my family. Please accept it. If Murong Wanqing is the beauty ceiling of Oriental yellow people, then Christine is the beauty ceiling of Western white people. Compared with the gentleness of Oriental people, Christine is more generous and wild. Qin, your wife is so beautiful, no wonder you rejected me. Christine is not like the people of Daxia country, who have a more carefree personality. Thank you, you are very beautiful too. Murong Wanqing said. At this moment, she felt that there seemed to be no imbalance in her heart. It seems that I have made a good deal since Qin Feng rejected this great Western beauty and chose to marry me. After Christine walked in, Murong Wanqing asked, Qin Feng, who else did you invite? Almost everyone is here. As soon as the words fell, an old man in Tang suit came over. Boy, what do you mean, you didn't invite me to your wedding? This person is none other than Mr. Tang, an absolute big shot who sits in the top military and political chair. Qin Feng smiled and said, Mr. Tang, isn't this because I'm considering that you're busy? Humph, if those people inside go berserk, the entire Jinghai city will be reduced to ashes. How can I not come? Don't be angry, please come in, and have a few more drinks. Mr. Tang snorted coldly, took out 2 gifts and said, one is for me, and one is for old Shi. Thank you very much. As soon as Mr. Tang walked in, the room instantly became quiet. It took a few seconds before it became active again. Wanqing, he seems to be the one who holds the military power of the Great Xie Kingdom. Yes, I recognize it. Murong Wanqing looked at Qin Feng, really not knowing what this man did. Even national-level military bosses came. Don't be surprised. He's my old leader. He likes my food, so we gradually became familiar with each other. Qin Feng looked around and said, baby, let's go in and toast. I guess there's no one here. An extended car drove over in a domineering manner. There are 2 cars protecting it in front and behind, and its presence is more grand than anyone else's. As the people walked down, Qin Feng narrowed his eyes slightly. This eunuch is here too. This person was none other than Mr. Shusanya. Uncle Shusanya had a smile on his face and looked very high-spirited. Congratulations, both of you. I, Shu, am here to have a drink as well. Murong Wanqing has a bad eye. The guests he invited didn't come because he was threatened by Mr. Shusanya. Meeting Murong Wanqing's gaze, Mr. Shusan asked with a smile, it seems like the bride doesn't welcome me very much. Third master, you are here to meet me, Qin. My wife is good in every way, but she is a little cold. Don't take it to heart. Humph, if you're not welcome, then I might as well leave. No, you actually came to drink a glass of wedding wine before leaving. Qin Feng immediately called out, Master, bring out a table. Qin Feng, what do you mean? Don't I, Shusan, have the right to drink in there?